What's up, everybody, and welcome to a special episode of the XP Podcast. This is the Experience Point presents Debating the Game Awards. I don't know, I haven't figured out a name for it yet, but here's what we're going to do. Actually, let me introduce people before we do that. To the top of me, standing at 6'5" or something, I don't know. He's got the big ass beard up there. It's the man, the myth, the legend himself, Big Daddy DJK. What's going on, man?
Not much. What's going on with you guys?
I don't know. Life, school, single. I'm just kidding, I'm not single. What is going on with your camera there, man? It's okay, just go with it.
That didn't help.
What's up, man? How's the kid? How's life?
There we go. Good. She babbles more. She dances to pretty much any music, so that's fun. She can say the word duck. That's it. Yeah, she uses a fork. That's crazy. And she screams randomly for no reason.
How old is she again?
15 months.
Is she crawling, walking?
Right? Oh, she's like a sprint now.
Oh, that's cool. That's
like
cool.
up and down stairs, sometimes without people.
I got a video from my niece today. It's not a video from my niece. I got a video from my sister about my niece. And she started crawling today for the first time. So that was cool. They caught it on camera. So that's awesome. All right. To my... What's it to you guys? Anyway, to my left over there is the copyright claim himself, Mr. Pinball Worthy Morgan. What's going on, man?
Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. Just living life.
Nice throat word
Four
there.
kids. Yeah.
4 kids. I can proudly say I never want to have 4 kids in my life. Logan?
What? No.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
I don't even know if I want one, man. Another one of me? Oh, that sounds awful.
Yeah, I agree.
Speaking of the man talking, he is the co-host of the XP podcast. He is, quite frankly, spectacular. The
wow.
Birdman
Thank
himself, Logan B.
Appreciate
What's going
it.
on? If you can't tell, I didn't write anything for this. I'm just kind of going off the whim of shit. So,
Oh my god, I'm sorry, people. I just probably made so many people, the 15 people that watched us, yawn.
hey,
But
our last video is actually doing pretty good. It's getting
I
more
know, I'm
views than
joking.
usual. Yeah.
I'm not complaining. Hey, I'm happy that you guys stopped by to watch. But
Well, 2 of them.
Yeah. What's up, everybody?
Not
Long
much.
time no see, I guess.
Well, for me and you, it's been 2 days, so.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. But hey, guess what?
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone want to know what we're doing? All right.
We do.
Well, here's what we're doing, folks. This is Debating the Game Awards. We're going to go through each of the important categories, important to us, I guess, and we are going to debate, discuss, try to figure out what our individual singular vote is, and we, as a collective experience point, are going to vote on one thing and one thing only, and I guess I just have to hope you guys do that, because I know Logan sometimes when he doesn't get his way, he just does his own thing, so... Hey, which I have props for, man. I feel that, so... But... I want everyone to vote as one, whatever we decide on, and that's what we're doing. But guys, if you didn't know, this is the XP Podcast, a weekly video game and pop culture news podcast, where Logan and myself usually, but plus these 2 guys, sit down with y'all and talk about all the news stories and happenings inside and out of the video game world. If you are excited about that, if you want to check it out, go please over to our YouTube channel. You can get all the episodes. We're up to 67 now. This is technically not 68. It's going to be a special. But you got 67 episodes of me, Logan, DJ, and sometimes Worthy smiling and talking random bullshit at you. It's a fun time. You're going to be seeing more of the 2 guys here as we're planning up to do our yearly in review, 2023 in review, where we go through Fantasy Critics League and our prediction battle and give you guys all the information on that. That prediction battle that we did is still outside of my Final Fantasy 16 reaction on #1 video. I don't know why that is. I don't know what happened with that one, but it didn't even have any video. That was before we were doing face cams. It was just audio. So
Yeah.
I hope you guys like that. It's been a ridiculously fun and entertaining year in fantasy. Well, for Worthy and me. But Logan, it's been sad and depressing. And for
okay.
DJ just
Hey, it's worse for DJ, dude.
DJ
He
fell off the
actually had-
wagon.
He had more
If
games
picking
come
the
out
worst
for
games was the
him.
object, I'd be the best.
Yeah, he had more games come out than me, and he's losing.
I will.
That's-
I do want to say something. I was talking to my buddy Andrew about this the other day. If I can pull it out, I will be the only one without a 90+ game and win the whole thing. And DJ will be the one with the highest scoring game almost in history and come in last place. Don't know why,
Yeah.
but that's funny to me.
Like, if you see my top 3 picks, it's like he's got this on lock, and then from there it's just like, oh, he rolled that car when he was doing 120.
Yeah, but I'm excited. That's going to be a good episode when we all sit down. That'll be coming in the next just a couple weeks. Our last game comes out on the 7th, and we'll get together shortly after that because I leave on the 12th. So we'll probably get together sometime that weekend if we can pull it off, and we will give you guys our year in review. And then we'll come back at the beginning of the year, and we'll draft it and do it all over again. So anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into point of the show, also known as POTS. This is where we are, like I said, are going to debate and discuss the Game Awards. I guess we could throw in what we think of the nominations and other things like that if we want to do a short roundup, but then we're going to get right in and figure out what we as a channel are going to be voting for. So we'll start at the bottom. We skipped over all the esports stuff, by the way, because I just don't care, honestly.
Oh, it's my favorite section. Why would we do that? Oh,
We'll vote on
man.
it when it's really an Olympic sport.
It's almost there. You know,
Yeah,
yeah.
That would be
The United States
interesting.
is what was that other one where there's a new sport being introduced and it's literally just an American sport and we're just gonna roll over everybody? Is it football?
flag football.
Yeah,
Flag
flag
football.
football. And
Is
that
it
just
bad?
The memes for that have been fantastic.
that just feels unfair. A flag football league.
Some farmers from Siberia after Tyreek Hill burns them for his 8th touchdown.
Oh,
I was thinking it would actually be really fun if we had cornhole or something like that.
cornhole would be cool.
Over-
Cornhole would be
cornhole
legit.
bags.
They've pushed for that and beer pong in the last
about
like 2 or
bowling?
3 Olympics.
I want to see some Olympic bowling, you know? That'd be kind of cool.
That's not a thing.
No,
By the way, Logan, what do you
Yeah.
think of the new haircut?
looks awful. I'm just kidding. No, it looks good. I like it. I like it more than the ponytail
Yeah, the
that you
ponytail was
had
tough.
going.
I was very tired of it, man. I was tired of doing stuff with my hair. That's literally what I told my hairdresser. I was like, I want a hairstyle that looks nice and I don't have to do anything with it. And that's what she gave
There
me.
you go.
So, all right, well, let's get right into it, guys. We're starting with most anticipated game. So the nominees are Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Hades 2, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, Star Wars Outlaw, and Tekken 8. Do we have any hates on the nominees here? We're going to be getting into
No.
some hates on
I mean,
nominees, but not here.
I don't
Yeah.
care about Tekken anymore. Like the fighting games, I'm whatever about, but like Tekken, it's like if I was in that world, yeah, I might care, but who cares? It's Tekken.
Worthy?
I don't care about Star Wars.
Damn. Damn.
And that's just me. I'm
Brutal.
not a fan of Star Wars. and yeah, with Tekken, I don't play fighting games really, but it doesn't entertain me. The one I do like though is Hades 2.
All right, so we have an argument for Hades 2. My votes on Final Fantasy VII Rebirth are Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. And if you want me to debate those, I can. But anybody else have no to Star Wars, no to Tekken for sure?
Okay, well,
Yeah, I'm okay with saying no to Star Wars. For me, honestly, it's Like a Dragon and Hades 2 is probably what I'm most interested to see.
All right,
for
Logan.
me,
This is a debate. Let's hear it.
personally- Well, first I'm gonna say me personally what I'm most excited for. That's probably either Hades 2 or ever since you told me the thing about the Infinite Wealth game that also has me very pumped. I love that it kind of has some Animal Crossing aspects to it. It seems so wacky, but you know what? That kind of excites me. But if I had to pick one that I think everyone else is going to pick, man, I think it's either between Final Fantasy VII Rebirth or Hades 2,
All
to be
right.
honest.
Yeah,
So-
I feel like people are going to say Final Fantasy 7, but in my opinion, I'm going to go as 100% Hades 2. Hades 2 is going to get it.
All right, so this is something we talked about. Are we doing what we think should win, what we think is going to win, or how do we want to phrase these arguments?
Well, I say what we think is going to win, and
What
then
we
if you want to
think
give your
is
own
going to win.
opinion on what you want is the most anticipated. I mean, I just said what my most anticipated are.
Okay.
For me personally, is Hades 2 and Infinite Wealth. I'm very excited for those.
So we're gonna phrase this as what we think is going to win, not what we want to win.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what I think is going to win is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Like, I know Hades 2 is really exciting. There's a lot of people out there, but that game, the Hades 1, just did not have the breadth in terms of sales and interactivity. Look at the sales, Logan. Don't give me that fucking look. Final Fantasy
Yeah, but at
7.
least it's. I guess that's fair.
Final Fantasy 7 definitely outsold Hades 1, man. Like, straight up. Well, maybe not. I don't know. But I don't know. I just feel like people are more excited for Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth than Hades 2. And that is coming from a perspective that I am also
From a
excited.
fanboy.
Yeah, no, I was just saying I like Hades. I love Supergiant games. Transistor is one of my favorite indie games of all time. You fucking cuck. So chill out. By the way, I want us to be very mean to each other because I'm a fan of that. All right, so we're down to Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, Final, and Hades 2. We're gonna put it to a vote. 4 people, no splits here. Raise your hand for
I'm
Final
gonna jump
Fantasy.
in.
Okay.
I think if you're looking what people overall, I feel like people are gonna be. I was gonna say Star Wars, but being that it's Ubisoft and being how big of a letdown most Star Wars games have been, I think how it's gonna go, it's either gonna be Final Fantasy or Hades 2. Like I want it to be Star Wars, and I think a lot of people will be, but like from the small glimpse we got of it, like it looks like it could be good, but at the same time, Ubisoft seems to be really good at painting and having an awesome trailer and like get people hyped, and then the game is awful.
I will say I'll
So
be more excited for Star Wars Outlaws after I've played Avatar. Well, maybe I'll be less excited. I don't know. But however Avatar turns out, it will change my anticipation for Star Wars Outlaw. All right, but we got 4 people here. I don't know how to do a split vote, but we'll see if that happens. Raise your hand for Final Fantasy VII. Is that a hand worthy?
Ooh.
All right, that's 3.
Yeah.
There it is. Final Fantasy VII takes the vote. That was a very hesitant hand worthy.
Oh, my arms are short, so
that's
it's out of my
fair,
camera
yeah.
view.
Yeah, it's cheating on bench over there. All right, so Final Fantasy VII gets the experience point vote. Congratulations. If Hades 2 wins it, Logan can laugh in our face. All right, next category, best adaptation. The nominees are Castlevania Nocturne, Gran Turismo, The Last of Us, Super Mario Brothers movie, and Twisted Metal. And I can just say I think we can eliminate Castlevania Nocturne, Twisted Metal, and Gran Turismo. Does anybody have an argument with those eliminations?
No.
Not
Okay.
at all.
Okay. So this is a 2-horse race. The moment I saw these nominations, I was like, it's gonna be one of those 2. But
It's gonna be Last of Us.
okay, I was gonna say my vote would be for Super Mario Brothers movie if I was voting for it personally. My favorite. What I feel like is going to take the win is going to be The Last of Us, just because it essentially has universal praise, and it was watched by almost more people than any other Game of Thrones, which is still a baffling stat to throw out there. But I will 100% hear arguments for Super Mario Brothers that we think is going to win, because like I said, it's actually what I wanted to win, because Logan and I talked about it in depth. As an adaptation, I think The Last of Us trips up in a couple places, and the Super Mario Brothers movie doesn't really trip up that much in my opinion. So I will hear the arguments if they are to be had. So Logan and I have talked worthy. What do you think?
Oh,
I was gonna say something real quick.
Okay, well, Logan
Sorry.
interrupts, so go ahead.
I was gonna say Last of Us is going to win mainly because of one reason. It's because it actually, in my opinion, takes a lot more effort to make something like that more than a Mario movie. Let's be honest here. I mean, I know you can script a Mario movie. I mean, we all saw the old Mario movie. I think we all know
He's
what
great.
that was like. But I feel like it's a lot harder to screw up a Mario movie than it is to make The Last of Us as a show. And so I personally, that's what my opinion is. I think Last of Us is going to win. Now, I would probably agree with you. I think Super Mario Bros. Was a lot more consistent compared to Last of Us. So for me, it probably is the best adaptation, but I would say Last of Us is like honestly really close for me. So, yeah.
All right, Worthy, any arguments to be had?
It's gonna be a close. I think it'd be a close vote, but I do think Last of Us takes it. I just think the acting and the fact it's a little bit more, it's a live action. I think might give it a heads up over it
Okay,
for more of
DJ,
it.
you haven't spoken on this yet.
So it's tough because Mario Brothers hit a lot of things. I mean, you had references to the original games, you had references to a bunch of the games. You had references to Mario Kart, um, a little bit of Mario Party. Like it kind of already set up for there to potentially be. I mean, a lot of people are speculating, but we already have a solid Pokemon movie in Detective Pikachu. We've got this now. We have a solid Sonic movie. They did just say that they're developing. Well, it's live action, but Legend of Zelda. Like this could like potentially kick off a Super Smash Bros. Universe, um, which I know a lot of people think is kind of dope. Um, I don't know which had a bigger audience. Like I know a lot of people saw Mario Brothers. Like that was, I think it excluding like the Taylor Swift Eras Tour movie thing. I'm pretty sure Mario Bros is still in like top 10 for. Did that come out this year or was that last year?
Well, it had
That
to
was
come
this
out
year.
this year.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm pretty sure that's still in top 10 for like movies that made the most money this year, which is kind of wild. Um so like I could see this going either way. I do think however though, oh man, it's tough cuz I feel like with how much reverence The Last of Us has video game wise, um I feel like, especially with Pedro Pascal being like movie daddy this last year or two, I feel like it's definitely going to lean towards that being what wins it.
I like how you applied all these outside factors to who wins. Oh yeah, people think Pedro Pascal is hot, so The Last of Us is definitely going to take it. You know, this is a panel that votes on this stuff, right?
I know, but
Okay.
it's like I feel like there's a lot of production. The only thing that might kill it is, I mean, not even wokeness in both movies, but like honestly, if I was like on the panel, my vote would just be like coin flip real quick when nobody's looking. It's like, all right, that I'm taking that one. Like,
All
because
right.
both of them could like, I want to see a tie. Screw it.
It wouldn't surprise me if Mario was to take it either, but
All right. Do we need to take a vote, or are we in unison, or at least 3-1? I guess we'll raise our hand. Last of Us. All right. Well, there we go. It's in
Yeah.
unison. So The Last of Us gets our vote. By the way, I'm writing these down so we can see what we got right and what we didn't get right. So The Last of Us gets the experience point vote for best adaptation. Congratulations. Shut up, ad blocker. All right, best multiplayer game. The nominees are Baldur's Gate 3, Diablo 4, Party Animals, Street Fighter 6, and Super Mario Brothers Wonder.
This was a weird one. I think it's kind of weird to put. I mean, I know Baldur's Gate 3 is a really fun multiplayer game, but when I'm thinking of usually them picking the best multiplayer games, I don't really think of like co-op campaigns and stuff. Especially Mario, dude. Let's just automatically get Mario out there because it's Nintendo. Nintendo's shit at multiplayer, so that's out. That's already out for me. I think I'm sure Mario Wonder's multiplayer is garbage, per usual. Um, I don't know. None of these really catch my eye as the best multiplayer this year.
Well, I think the one that I've heard the most of outside of Baldur's Gate is probably Party Animals. I know that caught fire and a lot of people played that. It was on streaming, it was on you know, podcasts, it was on channels, it was everywhere. I never jumped into it, but I think just a simple addition of putting Baldur's Gate in here is almost guaranteed to have Baldur's Gate win because I just have this
Yeah.
feeling that Baldur's Gate is about to sweep house in this game awards. So
Yeah, and honestly, Baldur's Gate 3 is probably the only one that really like looks like the best multiplayer. Like I play Baldur's Gate 3 every Thursday and I with a group of people and I love it. It's so much fun. So for me, personally, Baldur's Gate 3, what I think is going to get picked either Diablo 4 or Baldur's Gate 3, in my opinion. So I don't know.
I don't see a world in hell where Diablo 4 beats out Baldur's
Oh,
Gate
I've
3.
heard Diablo 4 has become such a dumpster fire that, like, especially multiplayer wise, that like nobody wants to. Like, everybody beat it, did speedruns and stuff, and now I feel like all I ever hear from Diablo 4 is that it's just a dumpster fire of garbage, like Call of Duty Caldera map level of dumpster fire.
I honestly think the only competition Baldur's Gate has here is Street Fighter, just because the nature of it being a fighting game and how well received of a fighting game it was by that community and by those people, and how you really, I mean, I'm pretty tapped into the industry. I don't remember hearing one truly negative thing about Street Fighter 6 in terms of its multiplayer, its connection, how it runs, everything. So I think that's its only true competition. But Worthy, you haven't said anything. You're a Mario defender over there. Do you think do you think the old plumber with the stash has got a chance?
No shot.
All right.
I do think it's between probably Baldur's Gate 3 and Street Fighter 6. With how Street Fighter 6 has their lobby set up in the game and everything, and the different stuff you can do with multiplayer, I think I'm gonna say Street Fighter 6 might pull it out with how all that stuff is set up and with how that game was received. It was received really well, better than what I thought it would. I was shocked they even scored a 92.
I think we all were. So all right. So
I
that's
mean, it's the
one.
best rated Street Fighter game, which is insane.
It's one of, if not the best rated fighting game of all time. I think one
Yeah.
of the earlier Mortal Kombats has like a 93, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. So, all right, we have one vote for the Street Fighter 6. Do we have another vote to push it into a tie with Baldur's Gate, which I just realized and came up with? I'm just going to do a coin flip to figure ties, but I don't have a coin on me. So, anyway.
I got coins.
Okay. Do we have another
I'm
vote
gonna
for Street Fighter or no?
I'll say I'm
What
gonna
you
vote
got
for
there?
Street Fighter just cause Haribo Peaches.
Oh, I fucking love peach rings, dude.
Um,
All right.
I'm tempted to leave my welding to go work at Haribo so I can get these for free.
What a career decision. All right. Well, by nature of Logan and I both voting for Baldur's Gate and Worthy and DJ both voting for Street Fighter 6, we are left to a coin toss. If everyone's okay with that's how we decide these things, because it doesn't really matter in the end.
Yeah, I'm good.
No arguments. Okay, DJ, flip that coin. Baldur's Gate will be heads. Street
Right.
Fighter will be tails.
Colored poison sign will be
Okay, no.
Baldur's Gate, and non-colored side will be Tekken 3
All right.
or
You mean
6. Sorry,
Street Fighter? I was like,
and it's Baldur's Gate.
All right.
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate takes the coin. I think we'll be right on that one. So, Baldur's Gate 3
I
gets.
I feel like Baldur's Gate is in there a little bit, just because I think they're trying to hit as many categories as possible to try to win as much as possible. But
Mm.
I think it has a good chance of winning
Yeah.
it.
Well, with how good the game is, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Baldur's Gate 3 gets the experience point vote for best multiplayer game. Congratulations. Our next category, best sports/racing game. The nominees are EA Sports Football Club 24, F1 23, Forza Motorsports, Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharged, and The Crew Motorfest. And
I think this is down to 2 again.
I was gonna say, being as the racing fan and in here, like, I don't know what I just said, but I don't know. Do I think Motorsport will take it? Probably. Do I think it deserves it? No, because I think there's actually a lot of problems with it. It's probably my least favorite Motorsport that's come out in a long, long time. But do I think it'll take it? Probably just by nature of it being a big name game. Yeah, but I would much rather see something like Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 take it, even though I
And
haven't played
that's what I
haven't played the
think-
sequel, but I did really much enjoy the first one.
I feel like Hot Wheels Unleashed has a chance to knock it off. It's weird that this category is what it is, because like best sports, and it's literally soccer versus 4 racing games.
yeah.
Like I didn't expect well, NBA just came out. Mama Edition's been out for a bit.
You're talking to
But,
the wrong
like-
guy. I have no fucking clue. I would
But,
have
like-
no clue, man.
Madden is always hot garbage because EA refuses to fix it. So like outside NBA 2K, the only like sports game that it would have a shot is probably the show. Now next year we'll see because supposedly we're getting NCAA finally, so we'll
I'm
have
gonna
to
get
wait for
your
next
hopes
year to
up.
see for that.
Yeah, they've been
But
saying that for half a decade now. By the way, I am really
Yeah.
digging this kind of Superman hair fall that I got going on here, man.
No,
It's
calm
kind of
down.
nice, man. I'm not gonna lie. Calm down. I'm gonna turn my cell phone looking at me. That's
All right.
that's a
we've never
Mike
had
thing
a
to
Ginger
do.
Superman before.
Hey, you
Someone
know,
get James Gunn on the line.
yeah,
Honestly, I'm
Um,
gonna
I'd be
throw
a
out a
terrible
weird
Superman.
pick. I think because there actually was a lot of hit back with Motorsport being a little disappointing. I think F123. Yeah,
I think F123 is gonna
I've
take
heard a
it.
lot of good things about it. You know, I know it didn't score super high, but a lot of people said a lot of good things about it. So I don't know, but I don't know. I don't really, honestly, I don't give a shit about any of these games. I don't really care for racing games, and
then I nominate
it's
Hot Wheels
depressing that
Unleashed.
It's depressing that EA only has one game on here. That's how much their games fucking
They
suck.
technically have two. They've got the
Oh yeah,
the
23.
F1 23
Yes,
and
yeah,
EA Sports.
yeah.
All right, well, we have an official vote for Hot Wheels Unleashed 2. Logan, what's your official vote?
F123. Why
All
not?
right,
For
Worthy,
shits
what's
and
your
giggles.
official vote?
Uh,
We're about to do a
I'm gonna go
four-way
with Hot
split.
Wheels.
You know, with Hot
Did
Wheels.
you just say Hot Wheels? No.
Yeah.
So Hot Wheels wins basically at that point.
Yeah, because I was gonna vote for Hot Wheels anyway. So Hot Wheels
Yeah.
Unleashed
win.
2 gets
Wow, that's
uh
exciting.
we're gonna be wrong on that one, but whatever.
This next one is
Yeah,
the hardest one for me.
It's just
Hold on, I'm typing this stuff in.
see what we got here.
Hot Wheels
Ooh.
Unleashed 2 Turbocharged gets our vote for best sports racing game. Congratulations. The next category, best sim/strategy game, and the nominees are Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp, City Skylines 2, also known as a game that doesn't actually work properly,
Yeah.
Company of Heroes 3, Fire Emblem Engage, and Pikmin 4.
Advance Wars. Done.
Pikmin.
I'm already over. You
Well,
really
maybe you
think
should shut your whore
how
mouth.
how the hell is Pikmin a fucking strategy game? How?
I don't actually know that.
Please explain to me
There's
how.
It's a
there's a
sim
lot of
game.
strategy
It's a
to
sim
it.
game, to be fair.
Where?
Well,
What's simulating about it? Like, what's the simulation?
Because
Okay.
you're a microscopic beings on what they don't know is Earth, but is Earth trying to survive and fight for your life. It's more of it's strategy. So for that, it's how are you going to? There's the way they built this one. There's a lot of like there's a level that there's water, and partway through the day the water recedes. So do you do as much as you can with your Pikmin that can't swim, or in this one too, you have the dog-looking Pikmin thing that can swim. So it's like, how do you divide and conquer? Do you take one of your characters and try to go do stuff here, and then take the dog and some Pikmin and go swim and try to do what you can? There is actually mini games intermittent that stuck in between on there's like 2 or 3 per area where you're battling against the computer, but it's like a point based like battle royale not really battle royale, but it's who can collect the most treasure, and like there's
Yeah.
a strategy to that. Do you go for the big ticket items, or do you worry about screwing the other guy's Pikmin and getting all of the bonus items that kick out more, but there's fewer of them? Like there is strategy to it. It's just and to it's are you going to go in with like certain Pikmin technically fight better than others, but then like white Pikmin are poisonous? Am I going to go and just have this thing eat white Pikmin till it dies, or am I just going to throw a rock Pikmin at it and beat it to death? Like there is strategy to it. Just
All
I
right.
mean, nowhere near as much as Advance Wars, but
I love everything that you just said, DJ. I'm voting for Advance Wars 1 and 2 reboot.
Yes, me too.
oh no, I just want to put that out there.
Yeah.
Like I know Pikmin's not going to win, and I'm pretty sure this is his only category. So I'm gonna sign in later and put my own vote for it just so it gets at least one. But
just
yeah,
one vote.
No, it's not. It's
Advance
in the
Wars.
next
Advance
one.
Wars. Oh, is it really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's in the next one. So,
Advance Wars is gonna win this, no problem.
oh
Like,
yeah.
I want to say Fire Emblem Engage will probably get my vote, but I think just by nature of it being an actual strategy game, Advance Wars 1 and 2 is going to get the experience point vote. Congratulations, Advance Wars 1 and 2. The next
I vote for
category,
it, I guess.
the best family game. The nominees are Disney Illusion Island, Party Animals, Pikmin 4, Sonic Superstars, and Super Mario Brothers Wonder. And I'm sorry to say, Pikmin ain't winning this one either, DJ.
no. For me though, I don't know a lot about Party Animals, but I think if Super Mario Wonder isn't in this, I think Pikmin has a chance to take it, but I think it's gonna be Super Mario Brothers Wonder. I'll concede to it.
Yeah, I don't. I know Party Animals is super loved by a lot of people, and Pikmin 4 was a great game. But man, this is Mario's category. Every time there's a Mario game, Mario wins this category. So this is their category to win.
I do want to give props to Disney Illusion. I actually heard some pretty good things about that. So that's me being serious. Like I've heard good things about it. I know it didn't score as high as Mario Wonder, but yeah, it's pretty easy to tell what's gonna win this one, and it's just Mario Wonder has it in the bag. It's over.
Outside of movies and TV shows, well, other than Loki 2's been doing good. Outside of like that component of media, like their games and Disney Lorcana for card game has been like Disney's kicked ass in that department at least, but
The only thing-
this is gonna be
The only thing
Mario all the
Disney's
way.
kicked ass in is just driving me farther and farther away from them. So, oh shit.
Hey, Sony's gonna have some banger movies out next year. Madam Web looks freaking awesome.
Yeah, I actually watched the trailer today, and I was like, "Oh, wow, this doesn't look like a steaming pile of shit." I'm really surprised. Unlike Kraven the Hunter, which looks like a steaming pile
What
of
do you
shit.
mean? I'm so excited for that.
And
I'm
maybe
excited
just
for when that and Blade come out in 15 years.
yeah, I just like Dakota Johnson because, well, she's just hot. So don't have too much nuanced thought on that, but
50 Shades of being tied up with webs. Wow.
hey,
All right, so
if anybody can do it, Spider-Man can do it. All right.
Next one.
Super Mario Brothers gets our vote. It's pretty cut and dry there. Congratulations. The next one, best fighting game, and the nominees are God of Rock, Mortal Kombat 1, Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2, Pocket Bravery, and Street Fighter 6. And I'm sorry for God of Rock, Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, and Pocket Bravery, but this is a two-horse race on this one. So I figure like we are in agreement to eliminate those.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All
yeah.
right, so who's going to win, Mortal Kombat 1 or Street Fighter 6?
I think Street Fighter 6 because it did a
Yeah.
lot of innovations. Like I feel like yes, Mortal Kombat 1 is a very good fighting game, but Street Fighter 6 did some really interesting things this year, and I 100% believe Street Fighter 6 got it in the bag.
I am also in agreement, not just on score alone, because score doesn't always dictate these things.
Yeah.
But I do think Street Fighter 6 came out. A lot of people talked about it. A lot of people played it. And I just really haven't heard too much out there about Mortal Kombat 1. I mean, I know it's a good game. It looks really good. The most I've heard about Mortal Kombat is its Switch port.
Mortal Kombat.
Which, the Switch port, awful.
But I don't know, man. My vote is, I think,
next one's going to suck.
I think Street Fighter 6 takes it clean. Anyone in disagreements? My vote's for Street Fighter. Logan's vote's for Street Fighter.
Street Fighter.
I wouldn't say it's a clean sweep, but I will say it's got a very high chance because, again, I actually really want to play Street Fighter 6 at some point. Like, it looks fun. I actually played the demo, and it was great.
I think the Switch port is going to be the Achilles heel of Mortal Kombat 1, and that's what's going to cost it having win this category.
Supposedly its PC port wasn't great either, so...
Yeah, I heard that too.
PC port is good anymore.
I know, honestly, this entire year.
Yeah. All right, well, Street Fighter 6, unless you have anything to counteract, Worthy is going to get the vote here.
Yeah. I do want to say, though, I've heard a ton of good things actually about Nickelodeon All-Star Brawls, too. It's I've heard leaps and above. It's been better than the first one.
Trust me, as someone who played it, it couldn't really go much lower. So
Yeah.
I played the first one for about 3 hours, and I'm like, there's no way I'm playing this anymore. But,
I,
ladies and
I
gentlemen,
read one.
go
I
ahead.
read one comment where they said if they keep doing what they're doing, they're gonna rival
No.
Super Smash
No.
Bros. But
Nope.
No,
Nobody
not
will.
even close.
The only game that maybe had a chance to even garner half of
No.
that audience was
Don't even bring it
Multiverses.
up. God,
Multiverses,
that
but
game pisses me off.
they decided to release the game, then de-release the game for a year and a half. So who the hell knows? But anyway, Street Fighter 6 gets the official vote. Congratulations. Our next category, Best RPG. The nominees are Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 16, Lies of P, Sea of Stars, and Starfield. And I'm sorry to what is one of my favorite games of the year. Final Fantasy 16, you're not winning this. I mean, how much longer do we really have to go in depth about this?
There's a lot of really good games in this, but
There is.
well, first thing first, Starfield. I'm sorry, but no, it ain't happening.
Yeah.
I
You
think
got
if
you.
You're fighting
if
some big
Starfield
timers here.
wasn't made an exclusive, I think it would have had a better chance.
No.
Now it's
No.
it's up there, but I as much as I want it to be, I think this is I wanted Sea of Stars for fantasy. I didn't really look into much of it after I didn't get it because I was sour. But I think this is between Liza P and Baldur's Gate, and it's Baldur's Gate for me.
Baldur's Gate 3 is just an easy win here. Like Liza P, I kind of don't think it's fair to put it in this category because it's not really, in my opinion, an RPG. But okay, sure, put
Well,
it in
at
here.
at one point, I know me and Mike talked messaging wise that there were people saying that God of War Ragnarok was a better RPG than Liza P was,
No,
and I was like,
no. They were talking about Final Fantasy at the time.
that's right.
And that
That's
is
right,
100% true, by the way.
I was-
God of War Ragnarok has better RPG mechanics than Final Fantasy 16. That is 100% true. But
Yeah, and Liza P is basically a successor to Bloodborne, which again, I get that you can level up aspects of your character, and I guess that's considered RPG at that point. But Liza P is a Souls-like, and it's more like an action adventure kind of thing more than a RPG. So it sucks that it's in here because I do think Liza P deserves something this year. I think Liza P's great. But Baldur's Gate 3 is just the easy win here.
Yeah.
Like we know that it is literally a once in a lifetime game and it deserves the win best RPG. Just like it's gonna probably win a lot of things.
and that I'm in a D&D. I want to play it so bad now.
It's so good, dude. Baldur's Gate 3 is
DJ,
so good.
I will dispute your claim about Starfield even having a chance of winning if it was multi-platform.
No.
Starfield would have had a chance to winning if it would have been a good game.
If it was optimized,
Has there been that much bad with it? Because I've heard some
Did you not
negative
listen
stuff,
to our episode about it?
Well,
but I had not yet because I wanted to
here's the
try to
thing.
play it first.
Yeah.
I like Starfield, and you should still give it a try and get your own opinion on it. But yeah, there's a lot of negative discourse behind it because, for one, it lacks a little bit of optimization when it comes to the PC port.
Little bit.
And on console, it was locked to 30, which, by the way, very solid 30 at that. But that's not gonna. I'm not saying that gives the benefit of the doubt. There's also some problems that people have with the way the game plays and the way it's interacted. And some people had stupid high expectations and got disappointed because they clearly didn't fucking watch the videos that literally showed how the game played. So it is what it is. I understand why people don't like it, but I do like it. But I also am not dumb enough to not understand what is the best RPG out of all these. I know what it is. I love Baldur's Gate 3. So I understand Baldur's Gate 3 has it.
Well, if you haven't watched that episode, DJ, I called it one of my most disappointing games of all time. And I say that sincerely as someone who, you were there when I played Skyrim. You were there when Skyrim came out. Y'all didn't see me for 2 fucking weeks.
No,
I love Bethesda.
That was. Did Mike move out? Like,
no, Mike's just busy, not going to class and playing video games, which he still does that too. Great decisions I make in my life. Anyway, Worthy, you were about to say something. What's up, man?
If Baldur's Gate 3 wasn't in here, I'd say Sea of Stars would take it definitely. I got that game for Brittany, and I've sat there and watched her play quite a bit of it. It's really good. I enjoy the turn base and everything that it has in it, mechanical wise, playing the game, and the fighting style and everything. But yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 would take it.
Yeah, I don't think we need to spend too much time on this one. It's Baldur's Gate 3. Does anyone have any arguments about that?
Nope.
All right, Baldur's Gate 3 gets our official vote for what we think is going to win. Next category, Best Action Adventure Game. This is actually an interesting one. We're getting into the more nuanced, cool ones now. So the nominees for Best Action Adventure Game are Alan Wake 2, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom.
Okay. Well, I already have some things to say. First, Alan Wake 2, you're not much of an adventure game or an action game, so you're out. I'm sorry. You got other things to deal with. Jedi Survivor, you're a broken mess. You're out too. I think it's between either Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4, or Tears of the Kingdom. And if I had to pick, probably Tears of the Kingdom. So, that's for me.
Well, I can tell you one thing. Oh, about the digging out a knife here. Star Wars Jedi Survivor is better optimized than Starfield, hands down, easily. 100%.
No, that is
100%.
100
No, it's
million
not.
percent incorrect.
I played
dude,
both of
they
them.
just fixed the game. It took them 7. Yeah, dude, you must be blind.
The
That's all
game
I gotta
wasn't
say.
broken.
No, don't you even dare compare that game to Starfield.
I'm comparing it. Star Wars Jedi Survivor is a way better game than Starfield.
You are wrong.
Not.
Because
I
the
don't
thing
think
is,
so.
at least it actually came out and it was solid Starfield. Where Jedi Survivor came out, it barely had a performance mode that barely even hit 40 FPS because they had ray tracing on all of its modes. It was using ultra performance mode. It looked like fucking hot garbage. On PC, it ran like garbage on any GPU, on any PC, on anything. Don't you dare. Jedi Survivor, and still to this day, by the way, still a broken mess. Still a broken mess. Even with its big patch, the only thing that's actually been fixed as of late is the console port finally removing ray tracing, something they could have done in like 2 days. So yeah, no, step off. Don't you dare compare it to Starfield.
I'm actually 100% not.
You guys are really.
I'm actually
chopping
100%
down what-
not getting off this. This hill I'm
No.
dying on. I played.
Good. I'm happy. You must have a really bad opinion and must not be able to see things.
I don't think I have a bad opinion.
Man,
I
maybe
watched
30 years old is kicking in a little too much.
I
for you,
watched
'cause,
the Digital
man,
Foundry, and
Jesus.
the actual frame rate never went
was
as low
hot
as
garbage.
Dude, no, go back and watch the actual Digital Foundry
look
video.
up anything else but Digital Foundry, dude. Literally, Jedi Survivor is still to this day broken. On PC especially, it's still broken.
Oh, well, that's what you get for playing on PC, you fucking
No,
snob.
no, it's called...
Starfield is way more broken for me than I ever fucking played Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
I don't know.
Starfield is unplayable to me with how it
I just
performs
don't
and how
get
it
what
looks.
you saw in Jedi Survivor, man, but that looked awful.
I saw
on
a
day one.
generally great video game.
Today, if you play Jedi Survivor on console, it's actually probably a good experience because they actually improved the performance mode. Even if it's in its non-performance mode, it still didn't run perfectly at 30 on Jedi Survivor. But now, it's fine. But it took them 6 months to get to that point. 6 months. At least Starfield in less time is doing things, and it was playable at launch. It wasn't hitting your CPU and not utilizing it properly. It wasn't coming out with a console port using ultra performance FSR, which looks like a blurry, disgusting mess.
Starfield looks like a blurry, disgusting mess.
Starfield
looks like Vaseline got spread across its fucking ass cheeks.
We can go on forever about this, but I totally disagree with you.
I totally disagree with you.
But that's fair. We can agree to disagree, I guess.
No, I don't actually. I disagree to disagree.
Well, good for you.
I fucking hate Starfield, dude.
So go on. What do you think is the best action adventure other than the garbage Survivor game?
I think it's
next?
I actually think it's down to the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom and Alan Wake 2, and I will put my vote for Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. But I know how much people are absolutely raving about Alan Wake 2 out there. This is coming from someone I loved Marvel Spider-Man 2, but just like it happened in 2018, I don't think it wins a single award this year, which sucks ass. But yeah, I think my vote is for The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom over Alan Wake 2.
I'm hoping Alan Wake 2. Well, I shouldn't say I'm hoping. I think Legend of Zelda has had staying power. Like I still see stuff about crazy stuff people are building throughout the game to like people making mech suits and like rocket dicks and stuff like for the stuff you can build in game. But like, I'm worried Alan Wake 2 is going to have recency bias. But
Recency.
recency, sorry,
Regency.
dude,
It's like, well, people of the West love it, so.
Well,
I've been up since 5 o'clock, and I work 10 hours a day, so I'm
well,
running on empty.
I would say very easily though, but Tears of the Kingdom is probably the only game where I've absolutely loved doing puzzles. Like, I think and it kind of fits it very well with what they describe for best action adventure. It's an action adventure game combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving, and I think Tears of the Kingdom does all of that to the top of the top, like the fucking best. Alan Wake 2 does not have combat, and I've heard the combat is not that good. It has probably the traversing and it has the puzzle solving. That's it. Supposedly the combat, they probably have a fourth of what they had in the first Alan Wake. It's not much of a combat forward game. That's not saying it's a bad game. I'm just saying it's not much of a combat game. Tears of the Kingdom on hand, I think if we've all played it, we all know how it is, which Mike hasn't.
Neither have
Fucking
I.
great. I love Tears of the Kingdom. Like I
Based on
love
what you
that
said,
game.
you would love Pikmin. I just want you to know.
Okay. Well, I'll try it out. Again, I haven't tried Pikmin, so I might be a little judgmental, which is fair. That's how I usually am. And then I play the game, and then I love it. Cough, cough, Elden Ring. But I have my own. I make mistakes, just not with Survivor. I don't make mistakes paying $70 for a garbage game. But okay, so yeah,
You're really
pretty
killing.
good.
I plan on buying 2 console games this year. Well, one I'm going to be forced to buy, so I plan on buying 2 other console games, and I don't know what they're going to be. I'm leaning towards Spider-Man 2 and possibly Assassin's Creed Mirage, but I'm not sure what.
Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man
Same.
2 on that one.
100%.
As someone who's platinum both of
Dude,
those games,
trust me.
Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
It was between those 2, and I plan on picking up Hogwarts Legacy because I still haven't played it.
Yes. Yeah. Get it. Oh yeah. Wait. Whoa. We just said the word. Oh boy.
I don't give a fuck.
Oh no. Hey, don't attack us, X. Don't do it because I mean the awards are too scared to put it in there. Oh, all right.
What's wrong with Legacy?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It seems like the Game Awards have a problem with it.
All right, Worthy, what's your vote, man?
My vote is Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. I don't.
Yep.
It's everything. You
Alright.
guys have covered everything.
Legend
on
of
it
Zelda
that I
wins
would,
out with a close race with Star Wars Jedi Fallen Orders. Congratulations. Here we go to the next one.
But I also want to give a shout out to Resident Evil 4 Remake. Also did everything like pretty damn well. So still love that game.
All right, the next commentary? What the hell? The next
Commentary.
English is hard.
category.
there.
There we go. I was trying to figure out what the hell I was trying to say. The next category is for best action game. The nominees are Armored Core 6, Fires of Rubicon, Dead Island 2, Ghost Runner 2, Hi-Fi Rush, and Remnant 2. I want to say
This is pretty much already taken. We already know what it's gonna be.
I'm saying Hi-Fi Rush.
I want to say Hi-Fi Rush, but I know people are gonna be like, Armored Core brothers, Armored Core. Like, Armored Core looks great. I'm not saying he's shit, but I do think Hi-Fi Rush deserves it. But it's I think Armored Core is gonna win. But for me, Hi-Fi Rush. Hi-Fi Rush is awesome. Such a good game.
Here's the thing. I think it's down to those two. I think Hi-Fi Rush actually takes it pretty handily, just because it's such a different game. It came out. It shocked people with its release and with its quality to boot. Yeah, I'm pretty confident in saying that Hi-Fi Rush is actually. I feel like it's going to take it. So
I have heard a few
my official
negatives
vote
here
is
and
for
there
Hi-Fi
about
Rush.
Armored Core. I'll hop on there. I'll go Hi-Fi Rush.
All right,
I'm
2-1.
surprised.
Down to Worthy.
I'm deaf with Hi-Fi Rush. Then I'm switching over.
Okay. Well, never mind, Worthy. We don't need you.
Oh.
Moving on. I'm just kidding. What do you got to say, man?
I don't know anything about Hi-Fi Rush anyway, so.
Oh, okay.
It's so good, dude. Play if you. Well, I guess you don't have an Xbox, but if you do get an Xbox, play Hi-Fi Rush. It's so good.
Don't get an Xbox. You're fine.
Okay, don't get an Xbox. Get a PC. Anything. But yeah.
All right. Well, surprise. Hi-Fi Rush is going to take the experience point vote for best action game. I personally think it's well deserved from what I know of the game. I clicked the wrong button. Oh, god damn it. I reloaded it. Hold on. All right. Where are we at? There we go. All right. The nominees for best VR AR game: Gran Turismo 7, Horizon Call of the Mountain, Humanity. Sorry, Horizon. Resident Evil Village VR mode and Synapse. That's like a fucking
Do we even have to have a
Horizon's
discussion?
Horizon's not a good game in my opinion.
No,
It's not a bad game. It's just not good. It looks good.
Not good.
Well, you
feel
know
like
what I
the
mean
only
by
thing
that.
I've
Like, it's
really
not
heard
bad,
good
but it's
on-
not great,
Yeah.
you know? I personally think, based off how I've heard people react to the experience of playing it and how actually surprisingly well done it was, I personally think Gran Turismo 7 has a good shot at taking this just because people were talking about that as like a revolutionary experience for VR games with how that game controlled and how smooth it was. That's just what I've heard. Other than that, Synapsis, I don't know too much about. You have to go to Logan on whether that game has a shot at getting it. But I personally think, based off what I've heard and what I've played, Gran Turismo 7, I think has a good shot, and I feel like it probably deserves it. That's my vote.
Interesting choices. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I don't love
Um,
the choices, but I'm also not a
um,
VR guy, so
It's kind of seems very heavily PSVR 2 here without looking any further. It seems like the people that probably put these games on here probably never played a VR game. They probably like PlayStation VR 2 came out this year. Let's pick those games. So if I had to pick one, it's probably going to be Village for me because I think that's the most impressive out of all these. I think it's a very well done rematch. Well, actually, both Gran Turismo 7 and Resident Evil Village honestly deserve it because those two are very, very good, well-made VR like ports. If I had to be something that's original, Synapse probably. Yeah, I feel like it's a little weird that they didn't bring up a lot of other games that came out this year, like the Light Brigade, very good VR game that came out this year. We had Battle Talent, very good VR game. But no, none of these get brought up. We just have these 5 games that supposedly came out this year.
well,
Um,
at the Joystick Awards, which is another game award that I really need to start paying more attention to, but I don't. The nominees for this category were C Smash VRS, Synapsis, Vertigo 2, F123 VR, Light Brigade, and Horizon Call of the Mountain. And the winner was Horizon Call of the Mountain. Woo! Hey, I will say the same thing I've said since I played it. Horizon Call of the Mountain is one of the most beautiful VR games I've ever seen, but it is
play
not a
Half-Life
fan.
Alex.
Yeah, well, I'm sure Half-Life Alex looks better, but
You
not
do.
in,
I
it's
have
not in
to show you that
2023.
game. It's so good. I
But
know
it's
it's not
just
2023, but
yeah, it's
oof.
just simply it's just not that great of a game, man. Like it's cool if it was like 5 hours, but it's 10 to 12 hours, and
It's
it's
more like Horizon
boring.
Climb of the Mountain. Is
That's
more
true.
what it should have been called because you're basically climbing for 90% of the game, and it's basically just going off the climb games that came out where you're literally basically climbing. That's not a like if you like that, that's cool, but do I have to say that is the best out of this entire year? What?
Yeah.
Man, people have low standards with VR games. That's all I gotta say.
I think it had
But
the most hype, maybe, but
yeah, it did have a lot of hype. But yeah, for me, I'm gonna go with Gran Turismo 7. That's
All
what
right.
my pick is gonna be.
So that's 2 votes for Gran Turismo 7. We haven't heard from the other men. Sorry, that was me assuming gender from the other people
How dare
on the
you?
podcast. Oh my god, dude, we're so gonna get canceled. We mentioned Hogwarts. Oh, we
Oh,
mentioned
don't bring it up.
legacy and
Yeah,
gender identification in this episode. So it's the last one ever. So enjoy it, guys. We're getting canceled
yeah,
after
it
this.
was a good time.
Yeah.
You know, we had a good.
I'll
had
vote
fun.
Gran Turismo also. That out of the couple that I kind of heard about VR wise, I mean, I know you were pumped for Call of the Mountain, and then I saw that it was just kind of it's there.
It's a whatever game. It's fun to experience. Like when Logan comes down, I'm gonna show him it because it looks absolutely incredible, and it's fun to play for like an hour.
I'll bring my Quest 3 down too, so you can see
Perfect,
that.
yeah.
So yeah,
But yeah, after an hour or so, it's like okay, well, I've done there, been that.
surprised you
Wait.
didn't play Village VR, man. You should do it.
No,
Probably like it.
I'll play Village.
You got a 4 coming out, which is gonna be.
Yes, I will. I will
I'm
play that.
excited for that.
All right, Worthy. We haven't heard from you, man. What do you got?
My vote would be Resident Evil Village, but Gran Turismo he took it, so
Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
I-
I apologize.
it's fine.
I think Village has a good chance too with
Mm-hmm.
this. It's honestly between that and Gran Turismo 7. I think Synapse was again it was a secondary game. It came out, but it wasn't really that mind blowing in my opinion from what I've saw. And Humanity's also cool. It kind of has that same Astrobot kind of style, but it just wasn't much of a. I don't really think it did anything for the VR space, in my opinion. So yeah, Gran Turismo 7 probably the most, in my opinion, the most impressive out of all these because it's actually probably one of the best VR racing games out there. So yeah.
All right. The next category. This is one we've all been waiting for. Best mobile game. The nominees are Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, Hello
None of
Kitty
them.
Island Adventure, Honkai Star Rail, Monster Hunter Now, and Terra Nil. I
Did we
mean,
skip this?
it's gonna be Honkai Star Rail. That's what I'm gonna vote for. You guys can vote.
I will
You guys
not
can
give an
vote.
answer.
You guys can vote however you want to off there. Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and
Monopoly
skip this
Go.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I-
Monopoly Go. Dude, yeah, Monopoly Go should be on this, motherfucker. Where the hell's Monopoly Go?
All right.
All right, we'll
Yeah,
just
Monopoly
erase
Star.
Hello
Yeah.
Kitty Island and we'll put Monopoly Go.
Right.
All
Just hack
right,
into the
so
site real
Monopoly
quick and
Go
erase
is
it.
gonna be Experience Points pick of the year.
Yeah.
Monopoly Go.
Game of the
May
year.
not be
Wow,
on
crazy.
here. Yeah, game of the year. Game of the year. For sure.
Probably the game. Honestly, it's probably the game I put the most time into. Honestly,
Yeah.
I've since deleted it now. Proudly so. I was very happy when I decided to do that.
I still
All right, the
have it downloaded
nominees.
and haven't touched it.
The nominees for the best debut indie game are Cocoon, Dredge, Pizza Tower, Venba, and Viewfinder.
Dredge.
I think
I've heard
Cocoon.
nothing but good things about
Cocoon.
Dredge, and honestly, it looks really, really cool. I'd love to try it at some point, but I think Dredge has it.
I mean, all these look kind of dope. I kind of want to try all of them.
I
Yeah,
think
Pizza
just.
Tower looks kind of cool. I've never even heard of it, but that looks super cool.
I think if we're just going off ratings and receptions, it's got to be Cocoon. The game scored an 87. I mean,
Hey, Pizza Tower's got a 10 out of 10 on Steam.
hold on. I am looking up Pizza Tower on OpenCritic to see what it got.
I think
It
they're like a
Actually looks kind of
70.
cool.
No
2 or
official
5.
review yet, so I
But
don't know.
look at that. Pizza Tower, overwhelmingly positive. Look at that. Oh,
I
my
mean,
God.
I'm sure Cocoon is overwhelmingly positive too.
I kind of like the art style of Pizza Tower. It's kind of cool. I like it. Yeah, for me, though, I'm going to say Dredge. Dredge. For sure.
Well, I'm saying Cocoon is what I feel like is gonna win.
Mm.
Worthy
Did you-
DJ,
And
we need a tiebreaker. That's
Or hear me out. Best independent game is next, and both of those are that. So we could split it that way.
no. We're trying to decide what we think is going to be the winner.
It's I've heard good things about both of them. I'm gonna flip my own coin quick.
I mean, you can vote on a different one if you want.
Nah, I'm between Cocoon and Dredge on both. Those are the two that I thought about getting them in fantasy, but it was like I didn't want to roll the dice
I got
on
both of them.
yeah, that too. And like that was to the point where it was like I was so low on money, it was like it doesn't even pay for me to try to get anything. So I'm gonna go Dredge.
All right, we got 2 for Dredge, 1 for Cocoon. Worthy, you I guess the deciding
my
factor.
vote's Cancun.
All right.
Alright.
Coin flip.
When
Coin
when
flip it
scored on
is.
yours, I was curious what it was.
Cocoon,
I'd never heard of it.
Dredge.
and it freaking
Hold on, let
scored
Worthy
so many
talk,
points.
guys. Don't be rude. Let the man speak his mind.
It scored really good, so I looked into it, and it actually looked like a game I really wanted actually to get here sometime eventually. Not anytime soon, but I look into getting it, and it looked really good.
So,
All right.
what was the coin?
So
What did it land on?
swap coins. So we'll go more color. We'll go now we can't see that one. Blue shiny side is gonna
Yep.
be Dredge, and the all black side will be Cocoon. And we are Dredge.
All right, Dredge is the winner. Well, I think that's one we're definitely gonna get wrong. But Dredge is the winner of our vote for
You're
the best
wrong.
debut indie game. The next category is best independent game, and the nominees. What's up? And the nominees are Cocoon, Dave the Diver, Dredge, Sea of Stars, and Viewfinder. And
Well,
here's one where I actually differ. Wait. Yeah, never mind. Sorry. I had a thought. Never mind. Go ahead.
either Dave the Diver or Sea of Stars for me, honestly. I heard a lot of good things about Dave the Diver, like a ton of good things about Dave the Diver. I barely heard anything about Sea of Stars at all. Honestly, Dave the Diver, 100%. Like, I literally heard nothing about Sea of Stars when it came out.
Sorry, my dog was saying hi. What do I think? If I was to vote for something to beat Sea of Stars, I quite enjoy Sea of Stars. Haven't beat it yet. Just got distracted, and it came out at a time where Starford put me into a deep depression for gaming. So, but I did put about 10 hours into it, so I'm around halfway done with it from what I hear out there, and it's a fantastic JRPG. But I am going to concede that Dave the Diver did have the greater mind share of the audience out there. So I do feel like that'll take the cake. Although, out of these games, it should be Sea of Stars. I'm just saying.
I'll
That's
throw
a
my
given.
vote at Sea of Stars.
Oh, God. So we got 2 for Sea of Stars. Wait, no, I voted for Dave the Diver. Sorry. What'd you say, Worthy?
Sea of Stars.
Okay, well, we got to draw again.
Coin
So
flip again.
bust it.
All right.
Have a different coin every single time.
All right, I can do that.
All right.
I might have to go to D&D dice now to evens odds.
I
We'll
can go find my
go
White Castle coin.
this purplish side, Sea of Stars, and the black side will be Dave the Diver. Sea of Stars.
Sea of
This is
Stars.
rigged. Rigged.
Have you won one yet, Worthy?
I
Logan?
call a reflip. I call a reflip.
I vote for no reflip. So do we have another vote for reflip? This is how democracy works. They just keep doing things over again until everyone's happy. By the way, have you won one coin flip tonight, Logan?
I don't think he has. I think he's been on the losing.
did
Yes, I
you?
have.
Oh yeah,
Literally the
last one.
last one, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Get your fucking rigged out of here.
I'm joking. I know it. It's fine. Okay,
All right.
so
The best community support, dude. All right, so I have something to say on 2 of these categories coming up. It's funny as hell. The best community support. The nominees are Baldur's Gate 3, Cyberpunk 2077, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14, and No Man's Skies. And a spoiler alert for another category, Cyberpunk 2077 is also up for best ongoing game. And I think it's kind of bullshit that you get nominated because you suck so bad it takes you 2 years to
yeah,
fix the game.
I know. That's
So
why
I just
don't
want
think he'll win.
No,
I
fuck
mean-
no. It better not fucking win, dude.
No.
I feel like No Man's Sky could also be in that category and in the same boat because that was hyped as hell and was straight trash when it came out.
Yeah, that's
But see,
that's totally fair.
But No Man's Sky has already won last year or the year before for best ongoing game when the Beyond DLC came out.
I think it was last year.
Here's what I have to say. Logan, you've played more Baldur's Gate than I have. I've played, 30 or so hours of it. Does it feel like the community is constantly doing stuff, like the developers are constantly, because I just don't see the narrative where community supports
They
per se?
constantly. Well, it's kind of difficult to really get this out. Like,
'Cause
Baldur's
to
Gate
me-
3 does. Well, here's the thing. Baldur's Gate 3 does have a lot of updates going through, and it seems like they do. And if I know Larian is usually really, really good at listening to its fans and giving updates and maybe even adding new stuff to the game, which they have added quite a bit to Baldur's Gate 3. Like, now you can change your appearance. They keep listening to people when it comes to, like, if you have dead followers, you can bring it back, or you can store them and do all these different things. You can customize people you can get from the undead guy. So literally, they do listen to the community quite a bit. And I don't want to give Cyberpunk 2077 is not in this. It's just fuck you. You don't deserve any rewards. As much as I love your update and I love the DLC, don't get me wrong. Destiny 2 also doesn't deserve it because they're deleting people's DLC and screwing people over and then making people buy more DLC. So fuck you, Destiny. I don't believe you. Honestly, I don't want to give it to No Man's Sky again. I don't even know much about Final Fantasy 14.
Final
Is that
Fantasy
what that
14 is one of the most phenomenal examples of how to do an MMO.
Has there anything happened this year though with it?
Yeah,
I don't know.
They came out with a brand new expansion.
This is difficult. I think a lot of people aren't going to pick Baldur's Gate 3 because it's got a lot of other things that's going to win. So I'm going to go with either Final Fantasy 14 or No Man's Sky. So I'm going to go Final Fantasy 14 just to be different.
All right. Well, I'm also voting for Final Fantasy 14. I mean, from what I know, it is the only MMO game that I desperately want to play, but know I have no shot in fucking hell of actually getting through it because apparently there's over 1,000 hours of story content in this game, and I just don't have the time or patience to put that in, even though I love the franchise. So we have 2 votes for Final Fantasy 14. This will probably be the only category I feel like that Baldur's Gate might actually have a chance of losing, but
Well, it does do it well, but I don't think people are going to vote for it because it's like it already is about to win just about everything
Yeah.
else. So I understand why it wouldn't be picked for this one, but I do want to give them the benefit. Like, I do want to say Larian Studios is extremely good with this community and does add a lot of good stuff. But Final Fantasy 14 is such an easy one for me, I think. Well, not easy, but I do think that's the better pick.
it's exciting to know that they added customer character customization after the fact because
Yes.
I love
Yeah.
playing it. I love playing as my monk, but the reason I stopped playing as him is because I made him look like this creepy fucking Eggman, and I don't like it because I'm trying to hit on the freaking demon girl, and I'm like, there's no way you would be attracted to what I made here.
Yeah.
So, and he's like a fist fighter, and I made him like this small little guy, and I'm like, I gotta beef this man up a little bit. So that might actually get me back into Baldur's Gate 3.
Dude, we got to play it again. I love Baldur's Gate 3.
I said back
So
into it.
fucking good.
I didn't say I play it with you.
I get it. Would you play with me?
Sure. Yeah,
I had Geralt of Rivia, and you left him behind like that.
you did. He looked dumb.
Yeah. Fuck you.
Worthy, what's your vote, man? DJ, you voted. Wait, who'd you vote for, DJ?
I didn't, but I'm gonna give it to Final Fantasy.
Okay, well.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Worthy, do you have anything to say?
He
I'm
keeps
giving it
getting
to
left.
Final Fantasy, and I'm not gonna say a word about Destiny.
Oh man,
Yeah, good.
that's
good.
true. You are the Destiny
You
man.
are, yeah.
Yeah, I completely. I should have gone to you
I
first.
know you're a big fan of the show, people at Bungie. Worthy is the most staunch. Like, he's been playing Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 more than anyone I've ever met. That is his
That's
Skyrim.
not true, dude. His cousin has like 3,000 hours on Destiny 2.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Or brother
But,
or
like-
whatever. I don't understand your family dynamic, Worthy.
But like, if he's not willing to defend you right now, you done fucked up.
So, Worthy, are you ready to put a defense in? I mean, the vote is 3-1, but maybe you'll say something because you play it that'll change my mind. Because technically, the only game I play out of these is Baldur's Gate and Cyberpunk, and I'm not giving it to Baldur's Gate. So, Worthy, you have the floor. Change my mind, sir.
What on Final Fantasy or? I mean,
Yes, because I want you to talk to me about Final Fantasy, Worthy. That's what I want right now. A game in a series that I know intricately. I want you to change my. No, talk to me about
Worthy,
Destiny
that's like
2.
you talking to us about Star Wars. We know you don't know shit, and we know you don't like it. There's no reason to talk to us about it.
So what I'm saying is, you are a player of Destiny 2. You play it still to this day. So does it deserve to get the best community support? Not and convince us to change our votes otherwise. This is a debate. This is what we're here for.
Oh hell no, it doesn't.
Okay, well never mind
There's
then.
no-
So
Yeah, but to
There's
say
no way. There's too much going on with it that I can. I haven't even touched it for 3 months. I think 3 or 4. I missed a whole
Well,
season and everything.
I built you up, man, as this big debater. Heyo, but you didn't debate anything. All right, so the next.
I have this. They don't give me anything to back them up because it's the way it's been lately. So
It's true. It's like the Republican Party over there. Wow. Oh God.
Ooh, darn. Hogwarts Legacy.
I can.
Hey, you know.
We can be here forever for me discussing what Destiny needs to do or what direction they need to go, but
We're gonna get you on we're gonna get you on an episode, and I'm just gonna sit back. Logan and I are gonna sit back and just let you rant on Destiny. All right, we're gonna do that. But anyway, Final Fantasy 14 gets the experience points vote for best community support. The next one is fucking Cyberpunk. The nominees for best ongoing game are as followed: Apex Legends, Cyberpunk 2077, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Genshin Impact. I want to do a history lesson. How many times do you think Fortnite has won this category?
So
3 times.
I was gonna bring that up. Like, I feel like it's probably won multiple times, but like, people need to look like the longevity of this game. Look at like PUBG took forever to be across everything. Was that Black Ops 4 had Blackout, but that was small. And then we had Fortnite, and then Warzone, and then Apex, and like Warzone has kind of fallen off. Apex, I hear, has lots of peaks and valleys, and like Fortnite has been rather consistent. And with this OG map, I just played for the first time since 2018, late 2018, and I mean, I did it with my mic was upstairs, so that was fun. I had the volume at 10 because everyone was asleep, and
Hold on, Worthy, are you okay over there? You look like you're going through it, man.
Oh yeah, I was
Okay.
trying to plug in my laptop.
Oh.
you brought up Destiny, and he's having flashbacks.
I want to
But
interject real
like,
quick. The winner of best ongoing game and best community support from last year was Final Fantasy 14.
oh, all right.
It took both of them last year.
Like I hopped on and like I didn't really try to do like I just was like, can I still play Fortnite? So like I literally got on, um, did some like see if I could still had a quick build, to get myself a tower, looted some stuff. I ended up placing fourth and had like 5 or 6 kills. Like I did solid for not having played it, especially with all the stuff that was against me. And like I don't know, I feel like I'm gonna give my vote to Fortnite. Like it just
I don't know. Didn't Zero Build come out this year, Logan?
I think Zero Build came out last year.
Come out last year? Because I know they just came out with Fortnite OG, and that had like the most players of all time playing the game.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Zero Build did come out this year. I think it's got to go to Fortnite. Hold on, Fortnite Zero Build launch. Yeah, never mind. March of last year. So
Yeah, but Sam, like I could have sworn it came out last year.
don't know.
They did a lot though this year. They made the big UE5 update.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
They added a lot of like actually letting people create their own stuff. I feel like they did a lot this year, and it actually ended up making me want to go play it. And same thing for Mike. Mike, and Andrew played it.
Hey,
And it
3
was
straight
actually,
wins.
yeah, it was actually a good time.
That
And you
was-
know, I want to give Fortnite the props because I feel like they really have been doing a really good job of trying to innovate and change things up a little bit. So
I
yeah,
will. Hey, you know what, Andrew? You like when we shout you out. I will say you were a better performer that night at Fortnite than I was, but that was because I fell to my death approximately 12 times because I don't understand that game at all. But so congratulations, Andrew. You're better than me at one game. Oh, did I tell you that, all that talk he was talking to how he was going to beat me at Mario Kart? He came over and I absolutely obliterated him. Because I don't lose at Mario Kart. I just don't do it.
you
All right.
lost to me one time. I'm just kidding.
One race out of like
I had
30,
to-
all right?
Yeah.
I had to teach a little kid at a family function that while I was out of my mind on edibles, you know how hard it is to play the Rainbow Road while you're on the Rainbow Road. So hard.
So we have Logan for Fortnite, DJ for Fortnite. Before I cast my vote, I'm actually gonna let Worthy speak up before it's decided here.
I do think Fortnite probably takes it because of what the update and everything they've done
All right.
this year. I've seen a lot of people play it, and a lot of people on my friends list went back to it. So I haven't touched it yet, though.
I was just being nice.
Well-
I literally already wrote in Fortnite for it. Sorry, Worthy.
Well, Worthy,
you're
let's make a date night. I can't this
Oh.
weekend. I'll be up chasing deer on the woods, but let's set up a night and let's play some fucking Fortnite.
All right,
We can all
I
play.
can.
I have it on the PC
Yeah.
and the PlayStation
Hell yeah.
and the Xbox
Let's
that's
do
in
it.
my
I
attic.
can't do it this weekend. That's for sure too.
Yeah,
All right, the
The
nominees
only
for
way I'll get an Xbox if it's that mini fridge they sell at Walmart right now.
dude, I love that. I love that they did that.
question, guys. Do we care about putting in our opinion for games for Impact? Have we played any of
No,
these games?
no.
Looking at these, I just downloaded Terra Nil
I
to give
vote
it a
for
try,
Titchy.
but
Well, I'm gonna vote for Chia, so you guys can vote for whoever you want, because I think Chia is actually a really fun
I
game.
can't really give an answer here, so
I've played
I can't
Chia,
say.
and I was really interested. Goodbye Volcano High, but it came out at a bad time. So, but I am voting for Chia. Y'all can vote however
Yeah.
you want.
I vote Tichia.
No answer.
No answer. All
Or
right.
T-Bet.
Innovation.
Chia.
Innovation and accessibility. Do we care about this one as well?
I will give this to Street Fighter 6 because that's why Street Fighter 6 not only did a lot of great things with its story mode and all that, but they also added in basically a what is it? A Smash Bros.
Yeah. the control
Controller
scheme.
style, and that makes it very accessible. And I think that's why it deserves it, because that's why it actually makes me want to go play it. Because that's why I can't really get into like Mortal Kombat and that much, because there's like a ton of buttons you gotta mesmerize with everyone. Whereas now Street Fighter
Mesmerize.
6, yeah, you know what I mean. You
Like
know.
Dr. Opposite.
Yes, Doctor Opposite, my favorite character.
No,
in
it's Mr.
Spider-Man.
Opposite.
Yeah, Mr. Opposite. Yeah.
If you guys haven't gone and see the Spider-Man review and either the spoiler, actually don't watch the Spoilercast episode.
Yeah,
It's
don't watch
real
spoilers.
bad.
It's bad. It's
Watch
bad.
watch the review episode. Logan created a brand new character for Spider-Man
Yeah,
writers.
yeah, it's
so,
my favorite. Yeah.
Mr. Opposite. Oh, speaking, I'm an interlude real quick. The other day, I was sitting on my sofa and I just turned on Across the Spider-Verse on Netflix, and Peyton was like, "Oh, you gonna watch this?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm just turn it on just kind of see it, watch the whole fucking thing because it's impossible not to." God, what a goddamn movie, dude!
Such a good movie, man.
What a goddamn movie! I still remember the freaking guy in the trailer on TikTok when it cut to black, and he was like, "What the fuck?" He was so mad. Oh god. Anyway, sorry. Getting back to this. Look. Sony is the absolute fucking king of accessibility, so I have no other choice but then to vote for Street Fighter 6. No, because Logan is right. Sony is great at accessibility. They put so many options into their games. Spider-Man 2 has so many different sliders and things for swinging, for the different combat, the different stealth stuff. It's amazing. But Street Fighter 6 is doing things that other fighting games don't do to bring people in, and that is literally the definition of accessibility. So this one for me, Street Fighter 6 deserves it.
Yeah. It definitely Street Fighter 6.
All right. Do you like that little? Were you worried, Worthy, Logan? That I was gonna,
Yeah,
I was gonna Sony pony it up.
I didn't expect you to say to be like, yeah, no, that's why I give it to Street Fighter 6. And I'm like, wait, what?
I like to be funny sometimes. I try to. All right, best performance. We're getting into the ones that I actually care like a lot about now. So, the nominees for best performance in a video game this year. Oh my god, I can't type and talk at the same time. The nominees for best performance are Ben Starr for Final Fantasy 16, Cameron Monaghan for Star Wars Jedi Survivor, Idris Elba for Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty, Melanie Liebert for Alan Wake 2, Neil Newborn for Baldur's Gate 3, and Yuri Lowenthal for Marvel's Spider-Man 2. All right. We're going to change this up. I'm going to get my vote in first, and we're going to immediately go to Worthy since I feel like he's been getting left out of all this. So, I think, honestly, I've played 5 of the 6 games. So, decent amount. Idris Elba is a goddamn sexy man. He deserves to win this award. And he's amazing in Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty. So, I feel like he should get it because his performance is so good and so believable, but I feel like Baldur's Gate, the hype is just gonna ride it into, and everyone seems to love this fucking doofus little vampire motherfucker. So I forgot his name. What's his name, Logan?
I kind of forgot his name too.
Yeah, fuck that guy. He sucks
Because
anyway.
since I've been playing multiplayer so much, you don't really mess with the followers that much, so
Yeah.
I haven't really done it in a while.
Mr. Neil Newborn, you can suck the blood out of my dick another day, but
He actually killed one of the people in my party.
Asterion!
Asterion, yeah.
Asterion, there he
He
is.
is really good. He is really good.
Yeah, he's good. I personally think this is a hard one because they all actually turned in really great performances. I mean, Yuri Lowenthal as Peter Parker. By the way, look at this picture. Does that look like a guy who would play Peter Parker to you?
I didn't even know that was Peter Parker. I thought that was
That
Harry.
looks like like if both MJ and Gwen Stacy died, and he just decided I'm just gonna rip coke and hang out with Venom from now on. Like,
Question: Do
That
we
does
give
not-
do we give the nod to Cameron Monaghan just because he's such a fan of Star Wars and he really sells that role? And look, like I said, I think all of these are A-tier performances in these games. This is cutting diamonds with a scissors here. It's impossible to
I
actually make
thought
the right
about
decision.
I thought about voicing my opinion for Cameron just because other than what's his name, Christopher that does Kratos,
Judge.
I think outside of Chris Judge, he is probably the person that most is like I mean, he was in Shameless, he's been in other big stuff, and like I mean Christopher Judge, I don't know how much you guys know. He's in Stargate.
Yeah, I was
Like
like Stargate. Yeah, I love Stargate.
yeah,
He's in SG-1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I think he was in Atlantis for a little bit too, but yeah, he's mostly SG-1, the best one. Um,
You think I don't know my sci-fi, man? Get the fuck out of here.
back before it was SYFY. um, no one I think lives their character more hardcore than those two. But like you said, Idris Elba is just
Beautiful.
If he was 15 years younger, he'd be the next James Bond, and I'd be okay with it. But for me, it's between those two.
All right, so I know how we said we would go directly to Worthy, and we did not do that. So
Yeah,
before we go
sorry.
to Logan, we're going to go to Worthy. I haven't even cast my official vote yet because I don't know. So, Worthy, I don't think even DJ cast his official vote. Or did you cast it for Idris?
I'm between Idris and Cameron. I'm just kind of waiting to see if I got to flip my own coin. I'll flip my own coin.
All right, so no official votes yet. Worthy, what is your perspective on this?
I've tried to get as much information as possible just by watching the videos and keeping an update on all of it, but I do think Cameron should get it.
All right. That was surprising. I want to give a shout out to Ben Starr. That man sounds like a man in Final Fantasy 16, dude. He gives Clive such this persona, and he's so amazing in it. Like I said, dude, every single one of these probably deserves the win. But let's go to Logan before DJ and I cast our official vote. We have one vote officially for Cameron Montague in Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Logan, what do you have to say?
Yeah, this is really hard.
Yeah, they're all amazing. It sucks.
They're all really, really good. Like, I know I didn't play Jedi Survivor, but I know he's really good at what he does. He's a very good voice actor. Asterion, or as known now as his voice actor Neil Newbon, sorry. Very good. Again, very good job. I think the only one that really doesn't really deserve it, sorry, I think Peter Parker does a really good job, but I don't really think I think out of everyone else, I think everyone else does a better job. Not saying that Peter Parker isn't great.
Man,
but for me,
but the way he switches from Peter Parker to, you know,
oh,
that guy, I mean, he
Yeah,
shows
yeah.
a lot of range, and like, you know, he pulls it off a lot more believably than old Tobey Maguire pulled it off. So
True that. Yeah, I agree. So, though, I gotta say though, I think probably and I know this isn't like I haven't played Final Fantasy, so I can't really say much. I can't say much about Jedi Survivor. So for me, and also I haven't played Alan Wake 2. For me, it's gonna probably be Idris Elba. Like, I really just think he knocks it out of the park. He does a very, very good job. I think compared to Keanu Reeves, I think he fucking is. Like, I love Keanu Reeves. I love him. But Idris Elba, man, holy shit, he did a really, really good job in
Yeah.
the DLC.
Look,
And he does it in a very believable way. He is very cold and calculated. He does a very good job of, I don't know, he's able to give off so much emotion, and that's why I think that DLC is so fucking good. Like, he does an amazing job and he deserves it. I know it's like, well, we're giving it to a big time actor. He already has so many things, but I'm sorry, he's really good. What do I have to say? Like, he's really, really good.
the only thing I will
Oh.
say against Idris Elba, and just in terms of, you know, devil's advocate here, is while he's amazing, he kind of is just playing himself the way we know him. Like, I feel like it's Idris Elba acting like Idris Elba in the Cyberpunk universe, where Cameron Montague completely embodies his role as Cal Kestis. And there's a lot of actually nuance that happens with Cal Kestis in Star Wars Jedi Survivor, with the different things that they actually do with what kind of Jedi he is. And it's very different than what we perceive as a Jedi in this universe. And like, DJ, I know you're as big a Star Wars fan as I am. Logan's never gonna play this game. I think this is one of the games you should play. I really do. I said you're never gonna play this game. I didn't say you weren't a big Star Wars fan. So take
I
that.
said I would play this game. What the hell
Oh.
are you talking about?
Well, you don't
Just
even
because I'm
like the
talking-
first game.
Okay, well, it doesn't mean I still won't play this one. You said that this one's way better than the first one,
Oh,
so
it is
that's
way
why I'll
better.
go play it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, my bad.
I'll probably get this Hogwarts. I really want to get Baldur's Gate.
Good.
I'll probably get Assassin's Creed since I skipped Ragnarok as bad as I wanted to play.
You mean
Or sorry,
Valhalla?
Valhalla.
I was like,
As,
Ragnarok. I was
as
like, they
bad as I
definitely played
wanted
that.
to play it, I heard
Assassins
I was
Creed
okay-
Valhalla.
I love you, man. That's amazing. Soundboard over there.
Honestly, I'm waiting for. I want like a Black Flag,
Remake?
You're getting
remake or
Oh,
like.
they're getting
we're
it.
getting it.
Oh, are
Yeah.
they? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully.
I will say,
might,
dude, Mirage is an easily digestible game. I platinumed it in like 30 hours. I beat it in like, I could have beat it in like 20. So, but anyway, so official vote. I am going, God, I'm a vote for Cameron Montague just because like I think what he does with a Jedi character as we know it and the way it's portrayed and the way he portrays it in Star Wars Jedi Survivor is something that we should appreciate. So I'm going to cast my vote for Cameron Montague. So we have 2 for Cameron Montague, 1 for Idris Elba. DJ, 3
Cameron.
for 3 for Cameron Montague. Cameron Montague gets our official vote, and probably the hardest category we've had this entire thing. How the hell you say his name? Spell his name? I could close out of the website.
MONAGHAN.
I got it. That's an interesting name. All right, so congratulations to Cameron Montague. We hope you win, but honestly, if any of these people win, maybe other than Melanie Libbard, which is a very unfortunate name. You had a T in there, and it's a slang word. So, but I think all 5 out of the 6 completely and utterly deserve it. All right, our next category is best audio design, and the nominees are Alan Wake 2, Dead Space, Hi-Fi Rush, Marvel Spider-Man 2, and Resident Evil 4. And the order this time that we're actually going to follow: Logan Worthy, DJ Me. Go.
Okay. So we're in best audio design. For me, okay, so I honestly want to give this to Dead Space. I've heard a lot of really good things. I heard that the sound space that they were able to give off, especially adding to the horror of Dead Space, I heard nothing but amazing things about Dead Space. And I think I'm going to give it to them. I think supposedly for what I've heard, and again, I haven't played it myself, I've heard that the in-game audio for fucking Dead Space is like absolutely fantastic. And yeah, that's why for me, I think Dead Space for sure.
I'll be going with Dead Space also. I played it and it sounds quite a bit better from when it originally came out. That when you're in space, it sounds like you're just out there and you hear nothing, but you hear your voice and you hear your breathing, and then you can hear when you're in the spaceship and everything, you can hear stuff off in the distance, just coming through the vents, and you're sitting there just wondering where it's coming from, and it just jumps out at get you, and they do a phenomenal job with it.
I mean, is Alan Wake kind of horror-ish, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's survival horror.
So
we
like,
have 3 survival horror games here.
yeah, I would
Mhm.
give it. I was gonna give it to one of those 3 just because, like, honestly, if any horror game, like, I like not to bash these other 2 that are in there, but like, especially nowadays for a horror game, if your audio isn't like spot on, it can ruin the whole game. And like Dead Space, like, I mean, like, I feel like that more than any other. It's you're quiet, you're alone in space, and then boom, shit starts happening. And like, I feel like that as much as I could throw it at either one of these, I'm gonna give mine a Dead Space 2.
I do want to say something before Mike cuts in real quick. Oh, that was funny because you looked right at me when I said that from
looked
my
over
point
here.
of view.
Oh, I looked
Yeah,
over
no,
there.
that's
Oh.
where I am.
Oh,
on
okay.
Discord. That's why it threw me off. I was like, wait, what the fuck?
I'm just gonna look at you randomly now.
Thank you. So, I do want to also give very high props to Hi-Fi Rush because I don't know if you've heard anything about it, Worthy, or even no, you haven't. So the thing
Just a
about
little bit.
Hi-Fi Rush that is so exceptionally impressive is, yes, from the outside point of view, it just looks like a Devil May Cry game, right? And in a sense, it is. But everything in the game, from the animations to the boss fights and all that, everything is 100% connected to the beat of the music, and it's actually insanely impressive. And that's why, I don't know, man. Like, I want to give it to Dead Space, but also Hi-Fi Rush, within its own game design, audio is the most important part of it. Man, that's hard. So, I'm going to switch to Hi-Fi Rush. Because I do think Dead Space does deserve it too, and it is very impressive with its game design, but I want to switch to Hi-Fi Rush. Because Hi-Fi Rush, literally the whole key component of the game is the music and the audio. It is the most important part of it. And without it, it wouldn't be Hi-Fi Rush. So, there you go.
I wish I would have looked into that game before coming on here, or look a little bit more into it myself.
Yeah. I didn't think I was gonna like it as much as I did, but I gotta say it's probably one of my favorite like smaller games of this entire year. It's so damn good. All right, Mike. Sorry.
No,
I
you're good,
just
man.
really had a weird thought. I'm like, oh shit, yeah. Like honestly, I didn't really think about how important it is for Hi-Fi Rush. So
No, you're 100% right with how important the audio is for Hi-Fi Rush. But I think the same can be said
for Dead Space.
for Dead Space
or-
more than the other two survival horror games. Like the audio in Dead Space, just in terms of the way they play with you as a player, and outside of the whole intensity director that they have going on in the game, where it'll actually adjust what type of enemies come at you, how many enemies based off what you have available to you in the game. So like Logan and I were talking about on the podcast that we talked about Dead Space, say you're low on health or you're low on ammunition or whatever, the game will throw less at you to help you get through it and all that. Or if you heavy load it, the game's going to throw a fucking army of necromorphs at you. So just like that, the audio itself is designed to fuck with you as a player. Things scratching on the walls, things crawling through the vents, shit just randomly jumping out at you, but there being nothing there to actually happen. I would love to give it to Hi-Fi Rush just because it is so core to the experience of the game. But I think in terms of just strictly design and what the developers are able to do with it, I do feel like I have to give it to Dead Space based off how they are able to actually manipulate it and the actual design that goes into it, less than just being a part of how the game plays. But I think it is a two-horse race between both of those two. And shout out, this is another category where they all have great games. I mean, Marvel Spider-Man 2 is a little bit of the outlier here, although I think it also has great audio design. It's not as core to the game as it is. But, man, let me tell you what, when you sling them webs out, they sound good at least. So,
yeah.
yeah, Dead Space 2 is going to get an official win, but I would not be upset if Hi-Fi Rush won in the slightest.
Yeah, and if you haven't played Hi-Fi Rush, go play it. It's actually a fantastic game. It's still, actually, sadly, well, not sadly, but I think it's probably one of the best Xbox games that came out this year. I think even over Starfield for me. I love Starfield, but I think Hi-Fi Rush was just so unique.
I would
was
go as far
great.
to say as Hi-Fi Rush may, in fact, be the best Series X and S game to come out. From what I know
Yeah.
of it, yeah. Hi-Fi
Yes,
Rush is
I agree.
fantastic. I will never
I can
argue
agree with
it.
you.
Hi-Fi
Have you
Rush
played
is
it yet?
fucking phenomenal. I downloaded it and played it for like 30 minutes, and I get fucking distracted all the time.
Oh,
All right,
dude,
but
it's so good.
from what I know of it and what I've seen of it and the way you talk about it and other people talk about it and just simply the way it looks, I think Hi-Fi Rush is easily the best Xbox game they've come out with this generation.
Dude, they need to make a sequel or let this company make whatever they want. Because goddamn, dude, that game is just it's still just so impressive to me. So yeah, all right.
We're getting
I'm ready
down
to move
to
on.
it. Only 5 categories left. Wait, did I actually forget to cast a vote for that? No, I did. Okay. By the way,
Yeah, you
y'all
did.
are casting votes, right? For what we decide on?
I mean, I did that earlier, so that was a while ago.
Wait, what?
What?
'Cause we're supposed to vote together, right?
Oh well, that's too late.
That was the whole idea behind this is we vote as a company.
It's okay.
See, I fucking told everyone before we started this, Logan was gonna be the one to fuck off and go do whatever he wants to do.
Yeah.
Because he's a selfish little fuckhead. I'm just kidding. You're not actually that selfish, man. I'm more selfish than you are. So, but anyway, now I'm upset and disappointed. But all right, the nominees for best score in music. Not that it fucking matters anymore, because Logan broke the whole idea of this. But Alan
All
Wake
of
2,
them.
Alan Wake 2, composed by Petri Alanko. Alanko, thank you. Baldur's Gate 3, composed by Borislav Slavov. Final Fantasy
I'm sorry.
16, composed by Masayoshi
I'm sorry.
Soken. Hi-Fi Rush, audio directed by Suchi Kobe. And The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, composed by Nintendo Sound Team.
On team. Wow, what a name.
I'm thinking
Borislav
basic name for this.
Slavov.
Borislav Slavlov is. I mean,
I love that. I love
That's an
that
amazing name. All right, but
Dude, they're all good.
let's see
all
the
of 'em.
order for this. Let's go Mike Worthy, DJ Logan. There you go. I went last time. All right.
We're just
And,
gonna-
well, you already voted, so it doesn't fucking matter what your
joking.
opinion is. I think just based off sound alone, just score, just the music that is in the game. I have rarely ever played a game that gets me this hyped or this sad or whatever and plays with my emotions as much as the music of Final Fantasy 16 did. The music of Final Fantasy 16, just like most other Final Fantasy games, is one of the core components of the game. If you talk to anybody who's a true fan of Final Fantasy, they will talk about the soundtrack and the score probably before they talk about the gameplay. It goes story, music, gameplay for Final Fantasy. And just like all the other ones, Final Fantasy 16's music and score directs the emotion of the game more than almost any other game I've played in a long time. When you're in the middle of a boss battle and that battle theme hits, it is some of the most epic shit I've ever played in my entire life. So my vote personally, and what I hope wins, is clear and away without much competition Final Fantasy 16 here.
Maybe I think it probably does go to Final Fantasy. I heard the music is really good for the boss fights and stuff. And from the podcast that what I listened to when you talked about Final Fantasy, the boss fights and the boss fights and the music gets you so involved. I think it does go to it a bit better.
DJ, you're up next, man.
I'm also going Final Fantasy. That one I've actually listened to music from this year because ever since what you had me listen to a song. I forget if it was this year or last year.
I just listened
was,
to the Persona 5 menu
yes.
song or intro song.
So
Yeah, that's amazing.
Since then, I've been trying to reach out more and do outside of podcasts and like my normal list of like, well, depends on which playlist. One is at like 80 hours, the other's at like 25. I've been trying to do more movie soundtracks and video game soundtracks, and other than some God of War stuff, because that's just I'm gonna jump through a brick wall when you listen to that. Final Fantasy has been like, whew, like that's got some music to it. So as much as I like Borislav Slavlov, I'm gonna go with Final Fantasy.
All right. I still want to hear your opinion, Logan. Maybe you'll change the other guy's mind because you're not changing my mind. No offense.
That's fair.
By the way,
One second.
Oh, okay. Worthy, if you want to know, if
Yeah.
you want to listen to one song of the Final Fantasy 16 soundtrack, listen to Land of Icons. All
Land
right.
of Icons.
Land of Icons. Oh no, sorry. Find the Flame. My bad.
Okay,
Actually,
Find
both
the
of those are
Flame.
really good. But listen to Find
Yeah, I mean,
Find
we've
the
seen that
Flame.
in the podcast too. Find the Flame. Yeah.
Find the Flame is fucking incredible. Anyway, Logan, I do want to hear your opinion on this, even though we've technically already
you do.
decided. I do.
Mhm. Um. This is really hard. Honestly, the only soundtrack I haven't really listened to is Alan Wake 2's, but I've heard through all of these. And I mean, because you showed me Final Fantasy. God, dude, it's so fucking hard. I don't know. I mean, I think you guys are getting a little making it a little sound a little too easy here with Final Fantasy. Uh, in my opinion, I think Zelda did a really fucking great job with its music this year. Especially that freaking that trailer song that they have. The problem with Nintendo though is for some reason you can't listen to their soundtracks on fucking anything because it's Nintendo and they hate people. So you can't listen to their soundtrack literally anywhere, which is stupid by the way. Like if you go on Spotify and look up any Nintendo game, you will not be able to find any of their music. Or it has to be some kind of remix. So
I go for Mario RPG on YouTube. I
yeah,
listen to
that's what I'm
that all
saying.
the time.
YouTube's like the only way to get a hold of that music, which sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you know what? I'm gonna be different, even though it's not gonna change anything anyways. I'm gonna say Baldur's Gate 3, either Baldur's Gate 3 or Zelda for me. Even Hi-Fi Rush, man. Hi-Fi Rush has a fucking awesome ass soundtrack. It's so good. It's very upbeat. It has that kind of same. It has like a very like 90s rock band kind of fucking punk rock kind of mood with it. It's really fucking good. All of them are good. Like I don't know much about Alan Wake 2. That's the only one I can't say anything about, but all of them are great. And so honestly, any of them could win, I'd be happy. But for me, I think personally, it's either going to be Zelda. So I'm going to say Zelda because I actually really really like the soundtrack for Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. It's really fucking good.
All right. I do want to dive into a little bit, not too long here, but this is the category that Hogwarts Legacy should be here.
Whoa, hey, don't say that.
I don't care,
whoa,
dude. I don't give a
whoa.
fuck,
I'm
man.
just
You know me. I don't give a flying fuck, man. People who are gonna listen to us and get on board with this train that we're doing are gonna like us because we don't hold back opinions based off politicalness or anything else that's out there. Outside of everything
Preach.
everything that is outside and around the game, which I still love the game. Platinumed it, whatever. But the music for Hogwarts Legacy should absolutely be here. The argument that people have been posing out there is that it's just based off the movie or whatever. But I think that's doing it an entirely disjustice. The main theme has aspects of the Harry Potter soundtrack from the feature films, but that's just an aspect of a single song. The entire soundtrack is originally choreographed music with aspects intertwined with the soundtrack to the actual movie. So I don't give a shit what everyone thinks. I don't care if I get hate on the internet. Dude, I've been in a football locker room. Come at me. I can. There's nothing you can say to me that hasn't been said to me before. I don't care.
I
So
totally agree with you. It definitely should have been in there. It was so good. I actually really really like the music. Honestly, this year, man, it's been filmed with great. All of them have really good music. Like all of them. Like I can jam out to any one of those. They're that good. Every single one of them.
okay, what should have got replaced here? Alan Wake 2.
Alan Wake 2, yeah. Honestly, Hogwarts Legacy should have taken over Alan Wake 2 because I don't really think that. I mean, I have heard nothing about the soundtrack. The only thing I've mostly heard about is the story and the graphics. And I will admit, those are probably fantastic. But the music, I think honestly, I mean, obviously Hogwarts Legacy did get snubbed because I mean it's the most sold game this year, beating literally Call of Duty and fucking
Madden.
Madden and Zelda and just literally everything, just taking over the entire year. And now a Switch port just came out, and supposedly it's not that bad. I mean,
It
yeah,
doesn't
it's
look
ugly.
great. Yeah.
It doesn't look great. It's ugly, but
But
what did you expect?
At least it runs at a steadier frame rate than Starfield does. So Just kidding.
Oh,
All right, you guys have anything to say on what we're talking about here? Don't be afraid to speak your minds. I don't. If you know me, if your opinions are different than mine, I still don't care. I appreciate all different opinions in here.
If Mario RPG could be in this, it would be here.
DJ,
I feel like that would be in best like role playing game worthy, but no, yeah,
The
I'm
music's
good
really
with
good.
I'm good with what we went with. So
all right.
Yeah.
The nominations for Best Art Direction in a Game for Outstanding Creative and/or Technical Achievement in Art Design and Animation. I've really been forgetting to read that the entire time, which is something I told myself to do, and I just remembered. So, anyway, the nominations are Alan Wake 2, Hi-Fi Rush, Lies of P, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom.
I can say 2 of them already that are out, and I think Wonder and Tears of the Kingdom are out for me easily.
You think Tears of the Kingdom is out for art direction? That was my pick.
Yeah,
For
really,
art
dude.
direction.
Because no, okay, here's the thing. Yes, it looks great. It's very beautiful, but it looks just like Breath of the Wild in a sense, art direction wise. It's not doing anything. It's not making any kind of achievement above what it already has done before. Not with what it's doing in the game. I'm saying as an artistic design and animation, I don't think they did anything new. So that's why I'm saying Tears of the Kingdom's out for art direction. And same thing for Wonder. Wonder looks like Wii U Mario, just with fucking flowers that make you go on a fucking drug trip.
Can I tell you guys,
So
you guys aren't a part of the podcast every single week like I am. This man's hate for Super Mario Bros. Wonder is honestly astonishing. He fucking has no clue what the game is. He has no clue how high quality
it's
the game
the
is.
same Mario game that's come out for the past 6 years. What do you mean?
No, it's not. It's dude. Okay,
Tell me what is different. What do
Fucking
you do that
educate
is
yourself.
different in Wonder? No, tell
Just
me,
because it's
what
a
is different about
side-scrolling
Wonder?
game doesn't mean it's the same that they all have. By that definition,
Okay, what's different? What do you do differently?
the actual what you're doing inside the actual levels, the controls of the
You
levels, the way
jump,
the levels.
you
Okay, by
you
that
hit
nature, every
bricks.
video game that's ever been in third person is the same fucking game. There you go.
No, because they have different mechanics.
The
This is literally
mechanics
the
are
same
different in
mechanic
this game.
since the first
How
Mario
you
game.
interact with the mechanics are different. The way that the actual levels are set up and the actual different tools that they give you, those are the mechanics and how you interact with them. Yes, you still hit the jump button. 100%. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm saying the way the jump button is employed in
But
the
you're telling
mechanics.
me that it has some kind of achievement in art? Does it look that much different than the Wii
Oh no,
U
I've gone off
Mario?
the art here. I'm just talking about in general nature.
Oh, okay.
Your
okay.
hate and dismay for Super Mario Brothers Wonder. I should have saved the debate for the
Well,
other
because in
categories.
my opinion, I think the actual like 3D Mario games are a lot more impressive because they actually are pushing Mario forward. Whereas this is the same Mario I've seen since I was a kid.
Can we also
the last
say that
Mario,
Mario Brothers shouldn't be in here and Hogwarts Legacy should also be in this one?
yes,
Because look at that fucking
Yeah.
castle, man. Look at that
I
castle
know.
and tell me that's not an
We
achievement.
also the redesign of all of the Hogwarts castle in general
I
is
literally
insanely
just said
impressive.
castle.
No.
Well,
Okay.
so-
all right.
right.
All right.
All right, guys, you
Okay.
haven't talked about. Oh, I haven't even cast my fucking vote for. What's your vote, by the way?
Okay. So what's the order here?
You
How
would-
about we do this?
you started
Worthy goes
talking.
first,
Okay.
and then DJ, and then me, and then you, Mike.
Well, DJ's looking up his fantasy rosters for this week, so I don't think he's in
no, that's locked in.
Yeah, mine's not locked in because I'm missing a fucking quarterback.
I usually set it and forget it Wednesday night.
All right. Anyway,
Okay,
Worthy,
so-
what is your opinion on everything that Logan and I just said? By the way, this back and forth that me and you are doing right now, this is what I've wanted all the shows to be. Just
Yeah. Well, I think Liza P should get it. I
Okay.
like the. I've always been a fan of the medieval, like the what's the game in my thing?
Okay.
Like Bloodborne and
Is it your order?
Lords of the
my
Fallen.
PlayStation Portal.
I've been a fan of those kind of types of art styles. I guess that's why I've always gravitated towards those games a little bit. And I think they've done a really good job and paid and took the time and making sure it all looks how it should for the time period and everything. But
You got to play it.
if I get an Xbox, yeah.
You don't need an Xbox. It's on PlayStation.
Is it?
You need an
Yes.
Xbox to
I
play
thought
it
it was
for
just-
free if you want, but
Yeah, well, yeah, if you
Oh.
have Game Pass, yeah, but you don't need an Xbox to play Lies of P.
Oh, I thought it was on the Xbox this whole time. Yeah, I'll look into it. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you trust me. I would say you could try it out, but they deleted the demo. It was only there for a little bit of time because I kept
Yeah.
telling my dad to download the demo, and they kept looking at me like I was insane. He's like, "There's literally no demo," and I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "I looked it up. Yeah, I guess they deleted the demo, which sucks." Because I'll tell you right now, it's great. It's a lot of fun, so I highly recommend it.
if you get
I
PlayStation
didn't.
Plus, you can have the trial of it. Just saying.
Yeah, yeah. There you go. Okay,
Anyway, DJ.
So
We got one vote for Liza P. DJ.
That's it. It's just Lies of P so far.
Yeah,
Yes.
Logan and I just argued about random shit for 10 minutes.
yeah.
I mean,
that's
Super
love
Mario
what we do.
Brothers Wonder is just. I mean,
Please
no,
vote for
I'm,
it.
I'm,
No,
I'm,
damn it.
I'm joking around. No.
Keep going. Just keep going.
Now if Mario RPG was on here, no,
Actually, I like the
man,
art direction of the original
Wait,
Mario RPG more
You
than
know
the
what got
remake.
snubbed
Yes,
this
I do.
year? Gollum. Oh,
Oh,
my
yeah.
God.
Oh, yeah.
The travesty. That and
Best art
fucking
direction.
Kong, man.
Best art do Kong for sure should have been
Yeah,
here.
Kong should have got best independent game.
Okay, so DJ, what was your
because
pick?
nobody wants to
Sorry.
actually claim it. Man, it's tough. Seeing the stuff I've seen for Alan Wake, I was like holy shit. I was kind of blown back. Legend of Zelda. I mean, I think that's been Nintendo's biggest drawback the last since Switch really is. It's like they don't try to go above him. Like they do a lot, but like Pikmin has a lot as far as like what's going on in the background, what's going on. Like you can kind of almost feel like you're in that setting. Like there's a level that's in a house. Like you find stuff on a couch, on a chair, on bookshelves. You're in the kitchen finding stuff on burners and stuff in the stove. It's like it's way better than any of the Pokemon games have been. It's way better than most of the ports I've seen for the Switch have been. Um I'm tossed up between Alan Wake and Liza P right now. Just the stuff I've seen from those two the most has been like not blow my hair back, but have just been like, man, that's something I want to see in a video game is visuals out of stuff like those two. So I think I'm gonna go Alan Wake 2 though.
All right.
All right, Mike.
Let's go to. Well, let's go to Logan. Let's cast your vote.
No, I thought it was you. Oh, okay. I guess I'll go ahead. But for me, it's gonna probably be Alan Wake 2. Because even though Lies P has a very, very good art direction, very beautiful, looks great, and I think it's a fantastic looking game. I don't think it visually pushes design and animation forward. That's not a hate against it because I do think it's a really good game. Same for Hi-Fi Rush. I think it has a very good artistic direction. It looks very great. But Alan Wake 2 is pushing the envelope forward and it looks fantastic. Everything I've seen about it, I think the art direction for this game is superb and the animation is just mwah, as I would say. So yeah, I think for sure Alan Wake 2 for me.
All right. So we got 2 for Alan Wake, 1 for Liza P. This is hard because I have a vote for different. If we're going on just technical, it's Alan Wake 2. If we're going on actually design and artistic, like integrity and animation, I think it's Liza P. So for the interest of wanting another coin flip, I'm gonna say Liza P.
All right.
Fireside will be Liza P. Blank side will be Alan Wake. Ooh, blank side, Alan Wake.
Now I have to delete this because I was confident in Liza P. Alan Wake 2. All right, we're getting down to the nitty gritty, folks. So Alan Wake 2, cast a vote. All right. The nominees for Best Narrative for Outstanding Storytelling and Narrative Development in a Game: Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty, Final Fantasy 16, and Marvel's Spider-Man 2. Let's go. I don't know. I'll go first, then DJ Worthy Logan. We'll switch it up. Narrative. All right. I think this is pretty cut and dry. You know, there is one game. All these games tell great stories, right? Alan Wake 2 is a super deep, very cerebral experience in terms of what it's doing and the different like games and universe that it's kind of building. Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty is just a great spy thriller of a video game. It's amazing to play, it's fun to interact with, and it keeps you on edge. Final Fantasy 16 is just the perfect example of what an epic should be in terms of storytelling and character development. And Marvel Spider-Man 2 just continues the trend of just telling a great story based off a comic book. But there is one game that you can play for 120 hours 3 times and still see new shit in the narrative and character interaction, and that is the clear-cut winner in my mind, Baldur's Gate 3. I think, you know, the decisions, the nature of how you play the game and everything that you do, I think Baldur's Gate 3 is the clear and utter king of narrative storytelling this year in video games and a lot of years in video games. Mr. DJ.
This is another one where I feel like the game that shall not be named probably would have fitted in, and I probably wouldn't have won, but
no, I actually don't think Hogwarts Legacy is that great of a story. Yeah, it's fine, but just the actual act of playing the game and being in the world trumps the story so much. The only interesting character in there is the fucking douche guy from Slytherin that I fucking hate.
I think all the actual like companion
Sebastian.
missions are the best part of Hogwarts Legacy. The actual plot, not that great.
I feel like as far as it's hard because like I feel like Baldur's Gate is just a D&D, like that's what it's set up to be, is like D&D, and like there can be lots of structure to it and lots of narrative, or it can just be like my current group where stuff goes off the rails and ends in a bar fight every time we meet up to have a session, like. And I've been seeing a lot of stuff like kind of already saying that this is like Alan Wake's category to lose. I've also heard that Phantom Liberty really turned Cyberpunk around almost as much as the show on Netflix did. I'm probably gonna go with Alan Wake 2.
I'm gonna go with Alan Wake 2. I've heard a lot about the story and the action with the characters and stuff. I know Baldur's Gate 3 is probably gonna get it, but I think the story for Alan Wake 2 is really good.
Well, you might want to warm up that coin, because it's for me. It's Baldur's Gate 3, no doubt about it, man. This game, I still haven't beat it, and I gotta say, every second of it is fan-fucking-tastic with its narrative. And for me, yeah, like any other D&D campaign, get a little wacky, a little crazy at times, but man, that's what makes it so exciting and so interesting. And so for me, yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 through and through is the best narrative for me this year.
I think it's clear that the two people who have played Baldur's Gate 3 understand its narrative a little.
Yeah.
A little highly. All right, get that coin out, flip it for me, baby, and it better fucking land on
Right.
Baldur's Gate 3 or I'm driving.
We're gonna go
I'm driving to
Alan Wake.
Where do you live now?
Oop. I'm in Burlington,
Okay,
Tony Romo's hometown.
I'm driving to. No one gives a shit. It's a cowboy.
We're gonna go Alan Wake, Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate.
Let's go.
Thank God.
That was one I
I
was
know
like,
that's gonna win. I know that one's gonna win.
That one I was like, man, I feel like no matter what, I'm gonna show that blank side because I do feel like Baldur's Gate is probably gonna win that.
all right, our last two, the two big ones. The nominations for Best Game Direction, awarded for Outstanding Creative Vision and Innovation in Game Direction and Design, are as followed: Alan Wake 2, from Remedy Entertainment and Epic Games Publishing, Baldur's Gate 3 from Larian Studios, Marvel's Spider-Man 2 from Insomniac Games and Sony Interactive Entertainment, Super Mario Brothers Wonder from Nintendo, and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom from Nintendo. Let's go Worthy, DJ, Logan, Mike.
I'll go with Baldur's Gate 3 on this one. Keep it short and sweet.
Same. I mean, with all the customization I've seen, with all the crazy stuff you can do, like, I mean, the bear sex, it's hard. It's hard to top. What direction? Just overall, just fantastic.
Your innovation in game direction for sure.
I think we might be sleeping on how much actual innovation The Legend of Zelda has in it for a sequel, and just one simple mechanic of the game that completely recontextualizes how you interact with the open world of that game.
Yes, it does, but Baldur's Gate 3, dude, does something that I don't think any other RPG has done yet. Not even come close to it. Because I don't think there's a single game I played out there where I truly feel like I could basically do anything. And within Baldur's Gate 3, you can literally kill every single NPC, interact with just about every NPC. It's insane. I don't think any game has come close to what Baldur's Gate 3 has done with game direction. And that's why I think Baldur's Gate 3 is going to win. But I understand Tears of the Kingdom did do something really great with that new, honestly, that one ability, well, not one, but multiple abilities has changed the game quite a bit. And that's why personally I think Tears of the Kingdom I am enjoying more than Breath of the Wild. I know that might be controversial to some, but for me I'm enjoying it more. But Baldur's Gate 3 for me personally. So what about you, Mike?
I mean, Baldur's Gate 3 has already won. It was the one I was going to vote for anyway. So
Okay.
my only hiccup is I know sometimes they like to kind of split the game direction and game of the year. So whoever wins game of the year doesn't win game direction. Although that kind of got derailed in 2018 when God of War won both of them. So
Didn't last year
yeah,
Elden Ring also win both?
yeah, last year Elden Ring won both of them. So
I agree with Mike though. I could see Tears of the Kingdom just because it was like, how are you going to top Breath of the Wild? And then
they
I
did.
mean, they did. Like, so like to be able to pull that off, and especially in such a short amount of time, was like, holy shit. So like, I can see them as, I don't want to say a dark horse, but like, I feel like it's between those two mostly, but I feel like Baldur's Gate is just gonna crush everything.
I wouldn't be opposed to Tears of the Kingdom winning because I do think the game mechanics and, in my opinion, the evolution for what was Breath of the Wild to basically making a game where it's like kind of literally do whatever the fuck you want. Like you could build whatever you want. You can kind of do puzzles however you want, which I really love, and that's why I like the puzzles in that game. You can literally solve any puzzle in the game just about in any way you think of. Like, you may be like, oh man, I'm breaking or I'm cheating, but they want you to think that. They want you to be like that, and that's why I love it so much. So I will admit, it does do a really good job and does change and somehow make it better, in my opinion, than what Breath of the Wild was, which was already a great game. So, yeah.
all right, and
It
that
wouldn't
brings
surprise
us.
me.
Sorry, you say Willie?
Oh, I just said it wouldn't surprise me it wins either.
And that brings us to Lottie Dottie, who gets the Gotti. The nominees for Game of the Year, recognizing a game that delivers the absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields, are Alan Wake from Remedy Entertainment and Epic Games, Baldur's Gate 3 from Larian Studios, Marvel Spider-Man 2 from Insomniac Games and SIE, Resident Evil 4 from Capcom, Super Mario Bros. Wonder from Nintendo, and Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom from Nintendo. And I have to say, I guess I haven't gone first in a while. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, I am so sorry. It should have been your year, but there was this little game that came out called Baldur's Gate 3 that fucking took over the world and has become the definitive video game for not just asymmetric strategy-based RPGs, but I think RPGs in general. It is the new high point. of how to do something and how to make that game in that type and make it all matter. So I would love to say it's close, but I don't really think it's that close. Baldur's Gate 3 takes the cake for game of the year. Logan.
Yeah, this year in general has been really crazy. I think there's been a lot of absolutely fantastic games. But I think the one that really just kind of blew us away, and if you kind of go back and watch all of our episodes, I tell you to go do that. You can kind of tell our surprise with Baldur's Gate 3. Baldur's Gate 3 kind of came out of nowhere. Like I knew about it and I kept up with it, but I really didn't expect it to be as good as it is. And I don't think a lot of people did. And that's why it's ending up being the game of the year. And honestly, it deserves it. It really just surprised everyone. And so, yeah, easily, I gotta say Baldur's Gate 3 gets game of the year. Um, Sorry, Tears of the Kingdom, you almost had it in the bag, especially after Starfield not doing as great as it should have been for some people. Yeah, I mean, Baldur's Gate 3 kind of had it in the bag after that point. So, yeah.
Mr. Worthy Morgan.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Super Mario Bros. Wonder. No, no, it's gonna
You
be
do you?
Baldur's Gate. It'll be Baldur's Gate 3. It's done so much, and I think it's probably shocked quite a few people. More, it's done better than what some people probably would have thought. But it's just overwhelmingly. It gets constant praise, and every category it's in has and can get. It's just an overall phenomenal game that probably will give a lot of ideas for future games in that genre.
Yeah, it's crazy to think. That's why I didn't mean to overstep you, DJ. But it's crazy to think that the game was in early access for like 2 years before it launched, and it never really seemed like it was gonna be this good.
Yeah.
Like like it was like Logan said, we known about it forever. It had been around. We'd always heard about it, but no one really ever talked about it in the same way that it ended up being. And it ended up being a defining piece of entertainment for the video game industry. And
That's why, in my opinion, it's probably one of the biggest surprises of the entire year. Because unlike last year with Elden Ring, there already was a lot of hype built up with that game. And yeah, it ended up and it did blow up and it kind of blew up even more than what probably some people expected. But Baldur's Gate 3, I kept up with it. I watched some videos and it looked really cool. I was always interested in it. But yeah, just like Mike said, I don't think a lot of people would have expected that game to blow up as much as it did. I mean, heck, I don't even really care for those type of games usually, but man, Baldur's Gate 3 is just a whole different kind of beast. Like it's that good.
all right,
So,
DJ.
Yeah. I feel like last year it was like Elden Ring kind of took it right away, and it was like we had Horizon. That was out of the race immediately because we knew Ragnarok was coming, and then like we knew Elden Ring was coming, and it was like it's between those two, and Elden Ring ran with it and kept with it. This year it was like this is Tears of the Kingdom to lose, and then Baldur Gate, like you guys said, like there was rumbles, and it was like all right, and then it feels almost like it came out of nowhere with like how it was like it like exploded in popularity. Like I knew it was gonna be okay, like pretty solid, but I feel like it shot like this is one of those it way overshot expectation, and as good as Tears of the Kingdom was, and like we've been saying how like kind of innovative and game changing as it was, especially compared to Breath of the Wild, which it was like, how are you gonna top this? Like Baldur's Gate really smashed it out of the park, and it's gonna be hard. Like I think this will be one that's like um it's gonna be a shock if this doesn't get it.
yeah, so
All right.
Mhm.
Baldur's Gate 3 you did. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, I am
And that's it.
wow.
We have voted for all categories. I think we actually pretty good, guys. Baldur's Gate 3 taking most of them kind of helped us out. So, all right, any last words before we cut this off?
I don't think so. Other than, God, this year was stupid. Man, I'm sure we might throw in a little extra thing of like some other extra games. Maybe we can have a little side episode thing of probably the worst games this year.
I plan on
If we
doing
do.
a game of the year thing where we just make up really stupid categories. Like,
Yes.
Just ridiculous categories. Like, best game that turned you on or whatever. I don't know. Just like super dumb categories. Cause like, I don't really care about being that serious. So, but yeah, Logan and I will be there reacting to the Game Awards live. If you guys want to be in chat and all that, also reacting to it, that'd be fine too. I think Andrew's going to be there as well. So it's going to be a celebration of video games, whether you agree with the political facing of the show or not. I care more about the games than the people making the show. So I'm going to be there watching live. I hope Logan joins me, and I hope everyone else joins me. So last words to everybody. Let's go around the horn, starting with old yellow shirt down there.
Well, I hope you enjoy your trophy again this year, Mike, and Fancy Critic.
It's not decided yet. Avatar could suck. You're getting 15 points or something like that from Super Mario RPG by the time it comes out. Avatar could get 5 points, and then I don't win. It's not decided yet. It won't be decided till whenever the reviews for that game come out.
I think even if you get 5 points, you win.
Okay, it could get negative 5 points. We don't know yet. All right, DJ.
When is the Game Awards again?
December 7th. The day
Okay.
that the Japanese blew up our boats. And the day that Avatar comes out. This is a weird day, dude.
Is
Or
that the
today.
middle of the week? Because it
That
was
is awful. I didn't know that.
It's on the Thursday, yeah. It's on a Thursday night.
okay.
Oh my god.
If you can't be there for the whole
Hopefully-
thing, that's fine. I think it starts at like 6 or 7.
I'll
Damn.
probably try to hop on for a little bit with you, to watch it, and kind of commentate like we did last year. Probably won't be for the whole thing. I'll just have to see where I'm at and if I have to work the next day or not, which I most likely will. So we'll see. But yeah. I'm excited to see how this finishes for you two. When are we gonna do a show to announce to like kind of go over that?
Probably pretty closely to when it's final because it's like I said, I'm leaving for
Okay.
2.5 weeks right after that. So
Okay.
Mhm.
unless you guys want to
Alrighty,
push it
yeah.
all into when we get back. We can talk about that off stream. We don't have to talk about that right now.
Yeah. Alrighty. But yeah, congrats to one of you two. Worthy, I'm pulling for you to dethrone the champ.
I'm
But
hoping.
yeah, I kind of look forward to seeing what we have in store for next year as far as games. Hopefully, it won't be.
It's gonna be a lot
I mean,
harder
it was-
because there's not a lot yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not gonna
yeah.
be as jam packed as this year. This year was literally the most jam packed year I think
Yeah.
in a long time.
I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that. The thing I sent you, Mike, the Pokemon Silver and Gold
Oh.
remaster, remake, or whatever
Don't
to come out.
fucking tickle my balls like that, man. It's not fair. All right,
I
ladies and
will.
gentlemen.
I will send you a crying Snapchat if that gets announced.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this
And
brings us to the end of our show. Thanks everyone who's been watching and listening. We just want to take this time, as always, and thank you from the bottom of our dead hearts. Without your support, we could not be doing what we're trying to do. But please help us to continue to grow by telling everyone out there that we've has a slight appreciation for all things pop culture, that they have some new friends waiting to talk all sorts of fandoms with you. We would greatly appreciate it. And as always, see you guys in the next one. Peace.
See ya.